Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation Samuel Nate George justifies upcoming biometric SIM registration. Also on the program, Labour Minister says government will engage stakeholders to ensure resolution of issues which led to strike by Clocksack as group suspends action. And much later on the program, access to safe blood remains critical as hospitals face shortages, prompting health authorities to encourage more voluntary blood donations nationwide. My name is Beatrice Sedu. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning. Now, President John Mahama has announced plans to establish a comprehensive national framework to address salary and compensation disparities in the public sector. Speaking during a meeting with organized labor at the Jubilee House following a recent strike by the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, Clocksack, the president said that an independent emolument commission would be tasked to develop a national emolument policy.
I just wish to set the preamble by saying that this government has nothing to hide. What you see is what you get. We've come a long way from the period where you had two different economic statistics. The statistics that we give you are the true state of the economy. For the past year, we've been tightening expenditure, making sure we eschew waste so that we're able to grow the GDP in order that we can invest in infrastructure and grow the economy and thereby create more jobs. But until we all are on board and know that we must work together to grow the cake, create more employment, then we'll feel that somebody is enjoying more than the other. So I'll set the tone with my speech, but after that, the Minister of Finance will also give you an indication of what the size of the national cake is. Cake is not a traditional food. If it's king cake, what the size of the national king cake is, so that we all know how many balls we can share. And all of us will come to the table and share it. Nobody is going to sit and then after some people have eaten, then what is left over we give to organized labor and other disadvantaged groups. All of us are tightening our belts together.
Now, the Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, has commended the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana for calling off a strike and granting the government a 2-week window to address their concerns. Speaking exclusively to Labour Affairs correspondent Daniel Opoku, Dr. Pelpo said that the government will immediately begin engaging key stakeholders on increasing budgetary allocation to resolve the grievances raised by Clocksack before any further industrial action is considered.
The Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, Clocksack, says its decision follows the receipt of formal communication from the government, assuring members of its commitment to resolving the outstanding issues. Executive Secretary of Clocksack, Isaac Bampoado, explained that the suspension is based on the government's assurances. He has therefore directed all members to resume work on Tuesday, March 24, 2026.
National Executive Committee (EXECO) of Civil and Local Government Staff Association Ghana, Clocksack, on 17th March 2026, reviewed the appeal by government to call off the nationwide strike action and allow government 14 days to come to an amicable resolution of the issues with the salary structure and conditions of service of members of Clocksack. EXECO therefore has suspended the nationwide strike. All members of Clocksack are to report to work by Tuesday, 24th March 2026.
The Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, praised the association for suspending the strike and allowing space for dialogue.
We hope that within 14 days, all the areas, all the people that need to be consulted, agencies that need to be consulted, would have been consulted, and we would have been able to sit down and look at the way forward.
Dr. Rashid Pelpo added that the government will immediately commence consultations with relevant stakeholders to address Clocksack's concerns.
You do a budget and consider within the financial year everything you are going to do. Now, if something comes within the space before you end the financial year, it means that there is an intrusion into an established approvals by Parliament. And so in that respect, you have to now do a lot of consultations.
In a related development, the National Labour Commission has directed Clocksack to appear before it on Wednesday, March 18, 2026. However, Executive Secretary of Clocksack, Zeban Puado, says the association will not honor the invitation.
To the best of our knowledge, we've not received any invitation from the National Labour Commission. Meanwhile, we ourselves, we have already sent them to court. So this is not an issue for us to discuss. The matter is in court. Right. So if they like, they can meet us in court.
Now, the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nate George, has justified Ghana's renewed push for biometric SIM registration, warning against the risks of transferring compromised data into a new system. Speaking at a media engagement, the minister revealed that part of the existing database may have been fraudulently acquired, raising concerns about the integrity of current SIM registration records.
Ghana is set for another SIM registration exercise after the Communications Minister, Samuel Nate George, noted that the current data is not fit for purpose. Ghanaians have undergone SIM registration exercises over the course of the Fourth Republic, the most recent being the Ghana card-linked registration under the erstwhile Akufo-Addo administration. But according to the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, the current data includes entries that were fraudulently acquired, prompting the decision to migrate the existing data.
The critical thing I complained about, for which reason I said the registration in 2021 to 2023 should not have happened, was the lack of biometric verification. The lack of things that we are doing today, the use of OTPs, ensuring that SIMs for foreigners are churned after 90 days. So basically what I am doing today is walking the talk that we spoke in opposition. So we're looking to fix all of those problems, and I believe strongly in my heart that this is going to be the very final SIM registration exercise that we are doing.
The new biometric SIM registration exercise, the minister argued, has been designed to, among other things, help reduce mobile money fraud.
If you're using a SIM card today that is acquired fraudulently using somebody's Ghana card, don't forget that now when that person uses his Ghana card to do his own registration, he will set his primary number. So if you try to register that same, because maybe you have a copy or a photograph and you try to enter the details, when you try to do the liveliness test, the system will flag it. Because we will be able to block every SIM card that was not registered by the real owner of the Ghana card will not be able to go through this process. And that's why we're refusing to do a wholesale transfer of what has been already registered.
Director General of the National Communications Authority, Reverend Engineer Edmond Irenchi Fianku, told journalists that an audit of the 2021-2023 registration data revealed no fingerprint matches when cross-checked with the NIA data.
So this is a very small sample that we tested. And so about 81% had a facial match. But when it came to the fingerprint, it was 0. Fundamentally, the NIA fingerprints were taken with contact. Whereas what we did with the SIM, with the mobile registration the last time, was contactless. And fundamentally, it would create a challenge as far as matching the two fingerprints are concerned.
Now, the fight against corruption as well as social and political injustice in West Africa is being intensified as the Media Foundation for West Africa launches a network of investigative and public interest journalists. The network is expected to foster cross-border collaboration among investigative journalists in the sub-region and demand accountability from powerful actors in society.
The launch of the regional platform marks another significant step in the fight against corruption and in advancing issues that serve the public interest. The event brought together seasoned journalists from Ghana and across the sub-region to discuss strategies for strengthening investigative journalism. The network will, among other priorities, protect investigative journalists and promote press freedom. Addressing participants at the launch, Director in charge of Democracy and Good Governance, Dr. Kojo Imprime, emphasized the need for investigative journalists to ensure their work reflects societal truth while upholding high standards of journalistic integrity.
Through this network, we aspire to empower journalists to serve public more effectively and ultimately contributing to society that is more informed, just, and resilient. Let us stand united in protecting journalistic independence, upholding the principles of truth and integrity, and ensure that our work continues to contribute meaningfully to democracy in West Africa.
Chairperson of the National Media Commission, Professor Ekwia Opoku-Abrechum, encouraged journalists to produce impactful stories that benefit society.
The intent and content produced, if it doesn't serve public interest, for us, is lost. So public service journalism is a constant reminder that media content should go beyond inducing pleasure to capture their audience attention and address the social, political, and economic challenges within which we live.
Other speakers, including representatives from the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, GIBA, and the Private Newspaper and Online News Publishers Association of Ghana, PRIMPAG, pledged their support for the initiative, urging journalists to remain transparent and courageous in their pursuit of accountability across West Africa. Stanley Niblo, TV3 News, Accra.
Samoa and the Tema Metropolitan Daycare Center has been closed down until further notice, following the Sky Arrow microlight aircraft crash that killed 2 people. Meanwhile, forensic investigators from the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau have conveyed the debris from the scene for further investigation. George Quainin has the rest of the story.
Muniru and his colleagues have been asked to stay home for now following the microlight aircraft crash. It is not yet certain when he will resume school. He is traumatized. His mother, Hannah Adusu, tells me he refuses to eat.
Yesterday, he didn't eat. Even this morning, the oats I prepared for him, he didn't eat much. We don't know when they will be called back to school.
The lives of more than 100 people, aged between 3 and 5, were at risk when the Sky Arrow microlight aircraft crashed on March 16 at 2:50 p.m.
I don't know the time that we are coming, probably a week or 2, or unless any information comes.
But before. Do you think it's good that people have to go home?
Yes, because of what's actually happened. Some of the kids are traumatized and it's not good for even the teachers. It's not easy for us.
24 hours later, investigators arrived at the scene to collect the debris. Personal items of victims, including mobile phones, handkerchiefs, keys and 5 Ghana cedis were retrieved. According to the Commissioner of AIB Ghana, John M.K. Wumboti, the aircraft has no black box, and he was quick to add that standard procedures will be followed in this investigation.
The debris of the Sky Arrow microlight helicopter has been collected by investigators. This marks a major step in the commencement of the investigation, awaiting a final report.
We've collected the wreckage. We are sending them to the Ghana Air Force. They have a hangar. That is where we are sending them to for protection and for our investigations. And so we will come out and let the public know who were the victims and who are their families. We have clearly protocols that we have to follow. There's no investigation that is the same. Investigations are different. Every incident is different from the other one. But we have a general rule, and so that is what we are going to use.
Residents used the opportunity to get close to the scene after security left once the debris had been collected.
As it stands now, we cannot confirm when the Tema Metropolitan Daycare Center will reopen. It has a school population of more than 100 pupils, but the headmistress has confirmed that some psychological sessions will be activated for parents and pupils. George Quinning, TV3 News, Tema.
Now, the Accra High Court has admitted into evidence the full set of bank statements from UMB Bank for former National Signals Bureau Director Kwabena Duboahene. The statement tendered in evidence during proceedings covered the period between January 2017 and February 2025. Defense lawyers attempted to show the court Duboahene has personally pre-financed Signal Bureau activities for which he received reimbursements. Lord Edwasari was in court for us and brought us this report.
Kwabena Duboahene and his wife, Angela Ejay Boateng, face multiple charges including stealing, causing financial loss to the state, and money laundering. The charges relate to a 49.1 million cedi cybersecurity software deal involving the national security. Lawyers for the accused, led by Samuel Atachia, during cross-examination of the prosecution's second witness, established a pattern of deposits made by the former National Signals Bureau Director to the account of the National Security Coordinator to pre-finance operations. The head of finance at the National Signals Bureau, Ruby Edith Edumwa, admitted in court that without the infusion of approximately 2.7 million cedis and 1.6 million cedis at different times into the coordinator's account, payment to Ability Computers and Software Industries of Israel would not have been possible. The witness also acknowledged that at some point, the national security was cash-strapped, with a balance of about 11,000 cedis in the National Security Coordinator's account, a situation that required Kwabena Duboahene's intervention. Responding to a question concerning an email sent by UMB Bank to the Economic and Organized Crime Office regarding the bank statement of Kwabena Duboahene, the witness affirmed that although the statement covered the period from January 2017 to February 2025, the Attorney General had not disclosed the entire document. Lawyer Samuel Atachia therefore urged the court to admit the full bank statement from January 2017 to February 2025 into evidence, but Principal State Attorney A.C. Dental Yanka objected to this submission. She argued that the document was not authored by the witness and therefore she could not speak to it. In his ruling, Justice Francis Achponga noted that the documents would be admitted as evidence since the statement had already been partially tendered without any objections. This means that the courts will be able to rely on the bank statements as evidence during the trial of the former National Signals Bureau Director. The case continues on Wednesday, March 18. Lord Edwasari, TV3 News, Accra.
To the Ashanti region now, where the Ashanti South Regional Police Command has announced the arrest of 3 suspects linked to the murder of the Kumasi Kosasi chief at Aswase, Kumasi. Ashanti South Regional Police Commander DCOP Joseph Nyaba briefed the media on Tuesday, the 17th of March.
The suspect, Ilyasu alias Abodam, remains at large and efforts are underway to arrest him and other members of the gang who have since gone into hiding. The service remains committed to recovering all firearms believed to still be in the possession of the network. I wish to highlight that the scale of weapons recovered, the number of arrests made, and the links established to the Aswasi case underscore the seriousness and effectiveness of the operation. The service reaffirmed its zero-tolerance stance against armed robbery and the unlawful possession and trading of firearms, and will continue to pursue all individuals involved in such criminal networks with the full force of the law. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Teteyonu, I wish to commend all officers who took part in this operation and who continue to discharge their duties with dedication and professionalism in safeguarding lives and property. Your commitment remains central to the success of this operation. We are also grateful to members of the public who continue to support our operations with credible and timely intelligence. We encourage the public to report any information on the whereabouts of Ilyasu alias Abodam or any individual involved in the illegal trade of firearms to the nearest police station or call the police emergency line on 191 and 18555. All information will be treated with the strictest confidence.
And that's all for News Morning here on Newday on TV3. My name is Beatrice Edu. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Do continue with us on Newday.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfortnoche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfort Noche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfort Noche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfort Noche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Comfort Noche Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum. Kumasi Museum.
Purple tones in the front, and then Rolly, your shoes are very nice.
Yeah, they look new.
Shoe cam, they are new. They are new. He said he bought them just
because
yesterday.
Now,
why do you now want to put your feet down? Like it was
so what do we have?
Why are you changing the subject?
Yes, Moma, close up.
Let me say good morning to you,
Roland,
the honourable.
Don't run us over. Listen, because of you the other day, Roland, wait. Because of you the other day, somebody took me as a project on Facebook and was just hitting at me that I should let you talk. But it's because when I want to talk about interesting things, especially when it pertains to you, me. I didn't hear.
Roland, man,
like Roland, you don't take compliments well.
Good morning to all of you.
You look nice. Your shoes are beautiful.
I haven't been well. So
since when?
What has that got to do with your shoes?
No, seriously. So,
but I like the shoes, and they look very well polished.
I want to say good morning to all of you, and thank you for joining me for the show as well. Thank you for joining us for the show. We're live across social media. Just go search for TV3 Ghana. That's where you can get us, and then also get interactive. Let me say good morning to you, Chairman Prosper, great man. Chairman Godwin Tamaklo is the group chief executive for the Rate Group. They are into downstream oil transportation as well as other derivatives within the value chain of downstream oil transportation and retail. Good morning to you as well. Pai Fianku works with engineers and planners. You know, they have their boss as Chairman Ibrahim Mahama, great man as well. Baba, good morning to you. Alhaji Nuruddin is the chief driver for engineers and planners. Good morning to you. And then Dr. Juliet Yaira Tenge of the Ghana Military Academy, Edmond Combat of the Tema Oil Refinery, and then of course we have Dr. Salifu Combat of the National Health Insurance Authority, who is in charge of the Upper East region. And all of you, thank you for watching us, especially those who tend to watch us from abroad. Kwesi Mensah in Albany, New York, Prince Nane York, Zilis Dwayne in the UK, Uncle Charles Thompson. And then we have Neo Datemos, who is called Justice, who is in Finland. Mo Ibrahim is in Germany. Charlie, a lot of people. They can just keep mentioning. Money need money, of course. Money need money. Great guy. Okay. And you want to continue. A lot has been happening. We've had plane crash. Then we've had many other things to do as well.
Is he talking to us?
I don't know. Are you talking to us?
You're on the show alone. You are by yourself. So please, yeah.
Okay, so
continue.
So we'll just go through the things we have to do this morning. So
let him continue.
For our big issues conversation. Well, for our big issues conversation, we also want to take a critical look at the announcement that's been made by the Minister for Communications that the National Communication Authority will again be registering SIM cards. We know that under the Oswald administration, under the Minister Esla Owusu-Ekufo, we did SIM card registration. We took you live to the various centers. This time we're told that there are not going to be queues, etc. So that's the promise. But really, the question then is, what is different from the last? All right? And then how are we going to ensure that all the scammers who tend to call you, even though your data and your line is supposed to be private and the content, who call you and scam you, that is going to cap or reduce? It's a big question as well. So we'll take a look at that critically. So make sure you stick and stay and join us for that conversation. Solomon also is coming. Jamu Tizati will be in the studio as well. So we'll have some great conversations thereof. But for this morning segment, what are we talking about? I've forgotten. What are we talking about?
Cooking Pacha response to
I wanted to do everything, but we'll do sports as well. What are we talking about?
So can we finish the conversation we started earlier?
Oh, please. Well, now we're on serious issues, not tangentials. So
there's actually a message.
You see, you don't feel good. You see, you don't feel good when I don't contribute. You don't feel good. Meanwhile, when I want to talk, you will not allow me. Why can't your skin accept compliments? What is it? What is it with you and people telling you that, oh, you look nice? Oh, Roland, dear.
Roland, you're not
Roland,
looking at
us.
What is
it? What have I done? Why is it that you put the game at top this morning? I'm telling you, I've been unwell, so...
No, so is it a Roland Walker thing and before a sweet? When you give them compliments, they'll say akwe and all of that. Oh, no.
At least he said it.
I don't know what... Already me, I'm not in a good mood. I'm not in a good mood because yesterday wasn't good for Chelsea. It wasn't good for Man City. A lot happened. And on top of it, the CAF Confederations Cup has been stripped off Senegal. I don't understand.
No, you mean the AFCON.
Sorry.
Okay.
And I said CAF Confederation.
That's
different.
The Confederations Cup is for teams.
AFCON.
And the AFCON, they stripped
So
them.
Senegal has been stripped of the AFCON title.
But they didn't behave well.
But did Morocco behave well? They were stealing towels and all of that. Did they behave well?
No, listen. But the way Senegal...
No, which of the teams? Either teams did not behave well.
They didn't.
It was both teams.
They didn't.
So you cannot pin it on one side.
The trigger points came from Senegal.
They were triggered because they felt
but they didn't go out of the
yeah.
stadium. Look, there are rules and regulations. I was listening to a TJ yesterday. There are rules and regulations. They did not stage a walkout of the stadium. They walked out of the pitch, and after 15 minutes, they returned. So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm in favor of them being...
I disagree.
True. Because it will be a good deterrent. So that the next time we don't have an AFCON team who... because of officiating issues, are not happy, and then they walk off. Whether they walk off halfway or didn't go outside.
But they came back.
I'm actually disappointed at the outcome, though.
No, but they came back to finish the game.
Yeah, I understand.
And at the time, I mean, all the officials were there, the referees, everybody thought that, okay, at the end of the day, Senegal has won. They gave them the cup. So what?
Yeah.
Is Senegal supposed to return the cup and all the medals that they've given to the players? Are they supposed to return
No,
it?
I think you can
all
keep
the parties
medals,
that they have done, which
but not the cup. The cup, they usually give you a replica.
Then Morocco would have to go to Senegal and go and take it. Because Senegal in no way will take the cup back. It's not going to happen.
It will happen.
How is it going to happen?
The AFCON is not theirs. Seriously.
Senegal will appeal. Even me, I'll add lawyers to Senegal for them to appeal this one at a higher court. Because there's no way we are carrying this cup from Senegal to return to Morocco. It will not happen.
Yeah. For me, the
that
reason
you were a
I'm
great fan of
disappointed
Senegal,
at the oh no, it's just because
It's
of
not-
how
yeah,
the game
exactly.
went.
No,
It's
they
just being-
didn't behave well. I hold it different.
Morocco
But I was saying
did
that
not behave well. Do you know how many towels they stole?
It doesn't matter. They organize.
No,
so they can steal towels. They organize so they can steal
organize
towels.
the tournament, so they can.
Because at
Are
the
you
end of the
kidding
day,
me right now?
You know when the whole thing started, they punished both. So for it to eventually end up this way, where
They were
this is
both
strict-
fined.
Yeah,
They paid
so
monies and all of that. So
I-
Roland, what are you trying to say at this moment?
Yeah. Anyway, there's a message.
And I was
for you.
thinking, I also from Morocco.
Yeah, maybe. So Prince Henry Koforidia says, good morning, and says, tell Roland he should stop bullying you and Cookie too.
Oh, how?
Look, there's a message from somebody who really knows you. Or say, impressing Roland is like romanticizing a stone.
Aish.
You will get no feeling. Somebody
wow.
who knows you.
That would be Nashoko.
No, it's not Nashoko. It's actually a gentleman. It's a man who knows you. Or say, trying to give you compliments. It's like romanticizing a stone, like a stone. When him stone
Do you disagree?
Let me say good morning
Listen,
to Prince
we've been
Minka
on the show for God
Prince
knows
Minka,
how
good
long.
morning. He's
He
watching us this
doesn't take
morning.
compliments well
Prince
at
Minka
all.
says that Prince Minka says that the way the ladies are bullying you this morning is unfair. Prince Minka, good morning to Prince Minka. So for this morning segment, what are we talking about?
Yeah, yesterday there was another
tanker
explosion, and we understand.
But it doesn't happen often, does it?
No, I
it's
think
been
that
rampant.
in the last
yes,
few
it's
months.
been rampant in recent months.
Yes,
yeah.
it's been happening, and we've even spoken about the fact that people still refuse to recognize the dangers of getting close to these tankers when there's an accident. And you know, the last one, there was an explosion because they forced open that area just so they could siphon the fuel.
Yeah.
We understand that there were still a few people who were a bit closer and got injured. And so really the worry is how often this is. What's happening to the drivers? What are the problems? What's
And
really
yesterday,
causing
we are
this to
told
happen?
that 12 firemen got injured after they actually doused the fire, and it was during the cooling that most of them got injured. As to exactly what happened, we are yet to know. Yesterday, Alfred Okanse spoke to DO2 Aka, and he had a lot to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes driver fatigue sets in, they are tired, but they still want to be on the road. And especially now that we are facing crisis in the Middle East, petrol prices are going up. To have it wasted, like in a whole tanker, which exploded, I mean, is a deep worry to many people. And we just want to ask you, and most of the time, really, you use the motorway a whole lot. I do not understand why these heavy-duty trucks and tankers cannot understand, first of all, and respect the slow lane and the fast lane. Most of them are not able to move fast enough, but they are in the fast lane. I do not understand. That thing in Ghana, I can never ever understand. How drivers...
I think that they mainly do that because they feel that they are big, you know, and then they like
move to the right. Move to the right, which is the slower lane. The left one is the fast lane. It's for cars who are going fast. Yeah. But if you are a tanker, if you're a heavy-duty haulage truck, what are you doing in the fast lane? And you're not going, you're stalling traffic, you're wasting everybody's time. People are honking at you, and it's like...
For me, my biggest problem with these ones is sometimes it feels like they don't even take their car to the mechanic shop.
No
so
servicing.
They get to get spots at very critical places, and then they leave them for hours, sometimes a day or two, you still find them there. And for me, that's really what I wish we could look into as well subsequently. Why do they always get spots at very critical places?
Roland,
and they are left there for a very long time.
There's a greeting for you from Irakwa Ayipe Richard.
Okay, Ayipe Richard, good morning to you.
Yes, says good morning to you, and that
Great
you should
guy.
Stop bullying us on the show.
Yes. Great guy.
Yes,
Great
he says
guy.
you should stop bullying us.
So our question of the day is what?
Safety on our roads. We want to take a look at that. Oh, and then yesterday...
In relation to the
yes,
fuel...
and yesterday, unfortunately, the identities of the two men we lost in that microlight aircraft.
I'm told that they are the son of the something Hebron or something.
Yes, Hebron camp. And one of them is actually a pilot with 12 years of experience, and he was flying with his younger brother. And if reports we are hearing now are anything to go by, we are told the older one, who is the pilot, got married not long ago.
Oh, no.
Yes, just about 3 months ago.
Oh, no.
Yes, and the younger one also just got out of university, we are told. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Their pictures are already circulating out there. If you haven't seen it yet, we'll talk more about it so you get to know exactly what's going on.
I
But
think one of the biggest challenges is the parents losing...
Yeah. Welcome to This Morning. You're welcome back. This is still TV3 Newday, and welcome to This Morning. We've been joined by two guests right here in studio. Of course, we're talking about the tanker explosions that Ghana is experiencing in recent times. This morning with us here, we do have DO3 Godwin Mensah Seidu, Fire Engineer, Fire Safety Directorate of the Ghana Fire Service, and then Engineer Johnson Gagbo Jr., Head Consumer Data Analytics and Market Intelligence, NPA Head Office. Gentlemen, You're very welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you in studio. And I can imagine DO3 Mensa Seidu, it's been a busy season for you. Last year was really terrible in terms of fires, and already this month we are not done solving the micro aircraft crash in Tema, and yesterday we experienced a tanker explosion as well. From where you sit, what's the actual problem?
Thank you very much, and let me use this opportunity to say a very good morning to the Chief Fire Officer, CFO Daniela Mausinto Sapong, the Director of Fire Safety, DCFO Lilia Shang Robertson, the Deputy Director of Safety, DO1 Michael Atokosa. Cookie.
DO3.
The problem is enormous. We can narrow it to compliance issues and, of course, accidents.
Okay.
Because for accidents, we have no control over accidents. I think a lot can be done to curtail this menace that we face.
Okay. I'll come back to you again, but let me go to the NPA boss who's sitting here in studio with us this morning. We want to understand, there's been one too many in recent times, and a lot of concerns are being raised about safety. You are in charge of the safety of these tankers on our roads, making sure that rules and regulations are adhered to. Are your men doing something wrong?
I would say that we are doing everything right to contain the situation. And as you rightly said, the MPA, we give license to these BRs and we give them permits as well. We have certain licensing requirements they have to meet. For example, some of the mechanisms we put in place is to ensure that they renew their calibration certificates every 6 months. And then again, from time to time, we organize compliance workshops for these BRV drivers and then these transporters. But then again, I would say that regulation cannot override non-compliance.
Okay.
Public cooperation is very, very important. When you look at the Isawam incident that occurred recently, the reason why the explosion happened was because the public chiseled into the BRV, the bullet.
Yes.
They chiseled the bullet, and then that resulted in the explosion. Anytime a tanker is moving, it's carrying hydrocarbons. And you would observe that usually the header decouples from the bullet in most of the accident scenarios. And when you are carrying gasoline, very large volumes of it, as it flows, it generates static electricity. This electricity to just ignite with the fuel vapor. And when it gets any ignition source, maybe a running engine or maybe a lit cigarette or any heat source around, it can result in an explosion.
Okay, you see, I was just going to ask you a question to stop you right there. Many people who are watching us this morning are normal lay people. It's the firemen who will understand, and some of these tanker drivers who will understand. What did you say? You said something, calibration?
Calibration certificate.
We don't know what that is. So break it down and come to our level. For a lay person, when you say calibration certificates and all of that, what do you mean?
So
exactly what do you mean?
What I meant is that we'll have a third party that will check. We'll check the integrity of the BRV system. And so they need to pass certain requirements.
The BRV
system? The BRV,
system.
that's the tanker, the Ford tanker. We call it bulk road vehicle in our parlance. So the Ford tanker. They'll check to see if, its measurement, they'll check the integrity of the system from the header, the coupling to the bullet system. We need to check. Once we ascertain that and it passes, then that BRV is fit to be on the road.
Okay, how many of them are fit to be on the road per the text that you're describing to us this morning?
So currently we have over 6,000 registered BRVs on our system. As at the end of last year, over 4,800 were in operation.
Okay.
Yes.
So meaning that the leftover of about 1,200 were not in operation. So it means that they didn't pass all the tests that you have on your table. Is that what it means?
Some of them. Some of them.
Now, you just described the situation to us, and the fireman will come in, that community members forcefully opened. You said there was a compartment called what?
The bullet. So they chiseled it.
That to me does not even make sense. First of all, a tanker has been involved in an accident. What will make a normal human being want to attempt something like that? Do they not feel and understand that it is dangerous? These are things that we've been complaining about over and over again, loss of lives here and there. Are your men or is your outfit not doing enough to educate the public on these things?
All right. When you check the MP, when you check all our social media, you realize that public education is one thing we don't joke with at all. Okay. And my chief executive, he's keen on that. And so we are on rampant public education from time to time. But then again, I would say that the public have low risk awareness, some of them. And then for some people to, I would say economic reasons, they feel when they siphon this fuel, they can use it maybe in their vehicles and other things. But it is important to note that a siphon fuel is already contaminated.
Right.
Because the container in which you are going to convey this fuel may not be standardized. For example, you see people carrying buckets. That bucket has water in it already. That water will mix with the fuel. And then it will contaminate the fuel and then end up destroying your engine. So the fuel even siphoning
and
is
that's
contaminated.
an example of what we are talking about is what we are seeing on the screens right now. So you're telling us that these containers that they are using to fetch the fuel already contaminated.
Exactly.
So you can't put this in a vehicle, you can't put this in a generator.
It will worry your engine. It will worry your engine.
So then why do we even have to go through this in the first place?
Exactly.
So this is totally needless, you mean?
Needless. And then again, you see, if the BRV or the fuel tanker, if it is carrying petrol, petrol has a very, very low flash point, which means that it has a very low temperature at which it can lead to an explosion. And you realize that sometimes the fire doesn't even begin from where the tanker is, because the fuel vapors accumulate in the atmosphere, and it can move as far as 400 meters away or 200 meters away from the accident scene, looking for an ignition source. Once it gets that ignition source, within a flash, it results in a fire. And that fire even spreads faster than we can even run.
I'll come to you now, because he probably will not be at the site when an accident of this nature occurs. And most often than not, yes, we do know that there's a deficiency in some of the stations the first stations that we have in the country. But a lot of the times, if your men arrive on time, they'll be able to prevent these things. Let's talk about response time by the Ghana National Fire Service. Normally, what causes the delay?
Okay, thank you, Cookie. Usually, it's a multiplicity of factors. You can attribute it to the traffic condition. The time of call is also very important, because if you are called late, you start taking off from the time you are called, which may affect the response time. So if there's also traffic, the area is being popularly high density, it affects the maneuvering of the fire tender to get access to the area. And most importantly, we do not have emergency lanes that the fire tenders will use, so we have to enroute on the normal road, which hinders on our response time.
Let's go back to the image that we just saw. I'm sure that you are seeing it. I've seen your firemen in the same proximity with these people who are fetching the fuel. When you get to a place like this, are you not able to stop the chaotic scenes that we are seeing right now? Your men are not able to do anything, or law and order at this time does not depend on the Ghana National Fire Service?
Good. So it's a mandate. Ours is to respond and tackle the situation at hand. However, in emergencies like this, we do call in the police to come and do that security, prevent people from coming close to the scene. So probably, I think the police are not around. They should have done that to cordon the area and prevent people from coming into contact.
But you see, that's what we're talking about, response time.
Sure.
I mean, how do we even give the excuse that the police are not around? The police must be around.
Sure.
Because if you've been able to reach here maybe in a record 20 minutes or 30 minutes max, why is it taking the police so long to arrive at this site?
That's a very challenging question.
There's no coordination between the two establishments?
There is coordination. As I mentioned earlier on, the traffic situation also hinders upon this. And then also, most of these citizens, they are very stubborn. They belong to the stubborn academy, because they are not oblivious of the dangers associated with this rollovers. Okay, yet when there's an incident, you see them massing there to siphon fuel, which is very dangerous. So as a matter of fact, our citizens need to sit up and be responsible for their own safety and the safety of others in close proximity.
Now, since you're talking about safety, let's get into this one. In the first few minutes of an incident like this or a tanker explosion, in the first few minutes, what must be done absolutely and what must not be done absolutely?
Thank you, Koke. So in the first minute, there must be total evacuation. The scene has to be isolated, minimum 300 meters in all directions, north, east, south, and west. Ideally, that's the first thing.
300 meters.
At least that's the minimum distance of isolation. 300 meters in all directions, either for the north, for the west, south, and east. Then, of course, all ignition sources or activities must cease. Then, of course, the fire service or the emergency responders need to be called to attend the scene.
Those are the first few things that must be done. Okay, but bring us some more education this morning. So in an instance like this, what are the very early warning signs that the tank is about to explode? What would you see? Okay, good. So when this tank is about to explode, definitely there must be fire involved that would heat up the tank to an extent that you may be hearing some hissing sound indicating that it has been pressurized and willing to give up. There's something called a blavy. That explosion will take in, and then the tanker will be dismembered. You have fragments fly here and there, up to even 100 meters to injure people. Okay. In a scene like the ones we are seeing right now, you can see the chaos. People are fighting over gallons and all of that. We are told that sometimes even picking a normal or what we do call a common phone call here can even escalate matters. Is that correct? Yes, Cookie, it is very right. It's not only the use of phones. However, even with some type of shoes, walking alone. What did you say? Yes. Some type of shoes? Yes. Walking alone can cause friction and generate spark or heat. That has a tendency of causing an ignition. So it's not only the use of phone or any naked flame. Sometimes your shoes can even be the problem. Yes, exactly. Okay. Okay. And so apart from the phones, apart from the shoes, what else must you avoid in a scene like this? Yes, so you realize that when they are siphoning the fuel, they use items like buckets, containers of all sorts. So as they are in the process of siphoning, there's friction generated, there's contact. And this contact is capable of generating heat and sparks that are capable of igniting the whole area, because these vapours are flammable. And any little spark will lead to an explosion. From your experience, normally when they siphon these amounts, what do they use them for? Well, probably because Engineer Gbagbo is telling us that it's actually very useless. You cannot put it in your vehicles or anything. So per your checks, where do they normally end on the market? Engineer, you have an idea where these end?
Yes, so most of them, they give it to this Okada. These Okada users in their areas. That's what they do. So that's where it ends? That's where it ends. But this, of course, cannot be put like in a very efficient vehicle. Or any. Could it damage your engine? It will damage your engine. It will give you problems. It will give you problems. Let's now get to training and certification, which is required for your men who are these tanker drivers. What level of education do you need, and what kind of certification and training do you also require for these drivers? Okay, so for the drivers, minimum, some of them SHS leavers, some are SHS leavers, some are also GHS leavers. But you see, they do in-service training as well. So they have this kind of apprenticeship kind of thing. So driver mate, over time they learn. And then again, they conduct, like I was saying, the compliance workshops we conduct from them from time to time. These are ways we educate them, these are ways we train them. And then again, we advise the operators or the transporters to make sure that they also engage other third-party training institutions. Yes, and so if we are looking at the licensing, when you come to apply for a license to move a BRB or to be a transporter, we'll get the certification of all your drivers. We'll collect all these documentations and then we'll review before we go ahead.
We're about to take the data of how many explosions we've had already in 2026. But before we even take that data, I want to ask you, Engineer Gbagbo, a question. Do you have a tracking system? Do you have any way of tracking some of these or all of these tankers on our roads?
Yes, we do.
How do you do that?
We have
Tell us
the
about it.
Enterprise Relational Database Management System.
Okay.
Because of our Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund, which ensures unified pricing throughout the country, we have trackers on all the tankers. When you come to the MP, I think you should visit us soon.
Right.
We have a whole room, a whole simulation room where you see on the screen, you see where the tankers are at every point in time. Even if they are parked on the system, we can see it. And so with this BRV that exploded yesterday, we knew it was at that particular place, at that particular time. So we have the Google location in the system, so we can track. So we see all this.
So it means that your outfits can even inform the Ghana National Fire Service.
And so we have that
even before. So there's that synergy between you.
Synergy.
Even before community members can even place the calls and all of that. Oh, that's some good education this morning.
And he and his boss are even on our multi-stakeholder committee.
Okay.
So they're always in the MP. Even last week he was there.
So you work hand in hand. Exactly. I want to go through some of the incidents that we've had. Gentlemen, if we can have it on the screen, we'll be very grateful. But on the 15th of January this year, we had that one at Nyangbo, Tafi Mado, in the Volta region, a fuel tanker overturned. And then on the 6th of February this same year, at Tabaji Junction, Elmina Central Region, we had another one overturned. And then in Sawam Accra Highway in the Eastern Region, on Val's Day, Valentine's Day, unfortunately, we had 4 Ghanaians burnt to death, several injured after the explosion. And the one that happened yesterday, Gomwa Potin in the Central Region, fuel tanker exploding and 12 firefighters getting injured. I'm going to come to you to update us on the condition of the firefighters. But the one that happened yesterday, you could tell that something like that had happened. So what in an instance like this, in the first few minutes, what does your outfit do?
So quickly, we have a security and intelligence outfit.
Okay.
Yes, so for them, even when the BRV gets to a police checkpoint, when the police are unsure, they call. They call them. So yesterday, quickly, the SNI, they reached out. They even got in touch with the driver, actually, and then they got in touch with fire service and the Ghana police, the MTTD, on the road for them to contain the situation. As for the MPA, we cannot contain that situation. But what we do is that we would conduct preliminary investigations, okay, to ascertain if there's any regulatory breach. If there's any regulatory breach, so after preliminary investigation, we realize we need maybe more evidence or we need more documentation, then we work on that. Then they present a full report. When we look at the report and realize there's a regulatory breach or breach of any of our codes or any of our licensing conditions, then we apply our sanctions. It can go as long as revocation or suspension of license. And so that is why today our chief executive is meeting all the BRV drivers, the transporters, is meeting them today.
So your outfit would definitely conduct an investigation as to this Gomwa Putin one yesterday. And if there's any violation of rules and regulations, the tanker driver, the owners of the will be taking on. You can assure us of that. In an instance like this, who is your first point of call? Who are you able to speak to? Because we are told yesterday that the driver was able to escape before the explosion. Could you speak to the driver?
Yes. Our security and intelligence team, they spoke to the driver.
Okay.
Yeah, they spoke to him.
All right. Now, since I'm with you, let me just finish off with you before I come to DO3. Let's talk about the nature of our roads. Does it have any part to play in these tankers getting turned over and resulting in explosions at the end?
Yes, you and I will agree that most of the roads we've outlined here on the list, they are very high. Traffic density on these roads are very high. The number of cars that ply the road over a certain perimeter is quite a number. So that can also affect the overturning of these tankers. And then again, some of the roads are very bad roads, very bad roads. So that can also influence. And then what I also say is that vehicles that are around BRVs or vehicles that are around 4 tankers, when you see an approaching 4 tanker, I'll advise drivers or caution motorists to exercise some patience and then allow them to, they shouldn't try to overtake a 4 tanker. And some of these things can also result in this accident.
Okay. Are there, elsewhere, the designated routes that tankers would use? You won't see normal vehicles or even pedestrians using that route. Do we have that sort of thing here in Ghana? And if we don't, are there plans? I know you don't work for the Ministry of Roads, but since you work in conjunction with them, is there anything of the sort?
Just as the fire officer mentioned, that we don't have dedicated routes yet. We don't have that yet.
Okay.
But you see, for the tankers, the 4 tankers, usually they make stops. So when the driver is tired, he can stop along the journey, maybe at a close consumer retail outlet like a filling station. They can easily stop there and rest over and continue.
Okay.
So we have, for now, that's what we do. So they will rest before they continue, so that fatigue will not catch up with them, leading to some of these accidents that we are witnessing today. Yes.
All right, DO3, let's come to you and your men. What's the condition of the 12 men? And we are told they didn't even get injured during the period where you were dousing the fire. So explain to us what happened.
Yes, so as we said earlier, these are flammable vapors that are denser than air. That means that they can travel for a long time distance. For example, the vapors could travel, let's say, 100 meters. And when there's contact with an ignition source, there's going to be what we call a flashback. That means it will pick the heat from the source of ignition and travel back for 100 meters to where the point source spillage is. When that happens, there's going to be explosion. So that vapor cloud explosion environment is very dangerous, and this is what can lead to that incident.
So that's what happened yesterday.
Exactly.
To add to what the fire officer is saying, you see, when it is petrol, the 4 vapors are already in the atmosphere. It's a charged atmosphere, just looking for an ignition source to lead to an explosion. Now, sometimes after the fire is doused, the secondary explosion can result from, the bullet has metallic parts, so it conducts heat, so it's very hot. So it becomes a heat source. And so if there's any little residue of hydrocarbons or petrol in there, it can lead to a secondary explosion. Yes.
My last question to you, gentlemen, both of you, I think, because you work for different outfits, and I probably would think that you'd have different answers. You see, in the video that we just played, the police were not present, and most importantly, an ambulance was not present. The synergy between all these agencies that we are talking about, if there's one thing that we can change and do better moving forward, what would it be from the NPA and then from the Ghana National Fire Service?
Okay, for us from NPA, I would say public cooperation is very, very important. The public is not aware of even maybe the police helplines, fire helpline. If you ask somebody, what is the fire service helpline? 192, they don't know. 191, they don't know. 193 for ambulance, they don't know. 191 for police, they don't know. So I think we need to do more public education from some of these security agencies. And then again, number 2, the regulator, the NPA, will not be present at every accident scene. But I would say that safety is not only my responsibility, it's our collective responsibility. Tanker crashes happen they happen, in other parts of the world. But nobody gets close to the 4 tanker because they know what it is carrying. So I'll beg and plead with the public to desist from approaching accident scenes of tanker crash scenes. It will help all of us.
And I need you to reiterate the fact that the fuel that they siphon is actually super useless.
Exactly. And then the fuel that we siphon, it is already contaminated, very contaminated. It will just trouble your engine, to give you problems. So it's better you avoid siphoning it. Siphoning under controlled conditions of pressure and temperature, we do that. If this crash happens, they will bring another BRV that will siphon under controlled conditions of temperature and pressure to keep or to contain the hydrocarbon in the particular state it is.
Thank you for the education this morning. I do hope that we are listening, and next time there's an explosion or a turnover of a tanker, we'll not even move close to it.
And then the MPA, we are coming to a community closer to...
I was just going to say that, they do these regular training sessions. Even here at TV3, I can testify that most often than not, we have firemen coming here to take us through drills and what to do in case of fire, but we don't normally see officials from the NPA. Eduji Tamakulo, good morning to you.
You're on ground.
You're on ground. Then let's feel you. Then let's feel that you are on ground, because this education is so much needed. So let's feel that you are on ground. Eduji, good morning to you. Yes, DO3.
Okay. The coordination already exists.
Okay.
We are already doing much. However, I believe we can step it up a bit. And then one thing I also like to address is that I think the chief officer has directed that we intensify our training regime and the educational campaign in order to bring or curtail these incidents that are occurring. For that matter, we're going to really step up on the educational campaign. So we will do our part, we'll do the education, but as always, as we say, safety is a shared responsibility. So when we do our part, also expect the citizenry to also adhere to the safety protocols and live by up to expectation.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you for your time this morning, and we do hope that your men are in better condition this morning.
Sure.
We wish them speedy recovery, and I believe that the states would also do everything for them to receive premium health attention in this dire time of need. DO3 Godwin Mensah Seidu is fire engineer, fire safety directorate at the headquarters, Ghana National Fire Service, as well as engineer Johnson Gbagbo Jr., head consumer data analytics and market intelligence at the NPA head office. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming this morning. The education was very important, and that's my highlight of this conversation. Thank you very much. Well, let's continue this morning. Ramadan is almost over, and Ramadan means together with loved ones. Ramadan means together at iftar. Ramadan means together in spirit, and Ramadan means together with Lipton. So this season, make every moment better with a warm cup of Lipton yellow label tea, brewed with love and served with a smile. Share more meals, check on loved ones more often than you do, and spend more time in reflection and conversation. This Ramadan, do more with a cup of Lipton, because tea is for togetherness. It's still TV3 Newday. We take a break now. When we do return, the big issue will be here with Roland Walker.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't turn to Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friendly once now. Hey, that's you. Improve car, yeah, Captain Mosquito, double the accent.
them when it comes to social media and then also their website. What I do know is that they have April admissions ongoing, and so you go to their portal and make sure you get interactive with them, whatever it is you need, whether it's that MBA, MSc, MA, or the various certifications as a professional that you need to progress in your career or in your endeavor as you so deem fit. You can always rely on them. We'll tell you more at the close of this very session when it comes to big issues, the segment in itself. But today we're here to comprehensively look at a number of issues that seem to be very prominent and then also dominating the discussion platforms. They have been actually over the last couple of hours. And so we'll quickly want to do that. And we will look at the issue of the SIM card registration. And then we'll also take a look at what needs to be discussed in relation to President Mahama doubling security recruitment to 40,000, ordering expansion over the next 4 years as well. So, but let me just quickly introduce our guest for the morning. I have Chief Executive for GIFEC right here, Rashid Tanko. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. And then also I have Aaron Esieduentri. Good morning to you, Aaron. How are you? Great. Great, I'm well. And of course, Solomon Owusu is here of the United Party. Good morning to you, Solo.
Good morning, Roland.
A lot has been happening.
A lot has been happening. I mean, I understand CAF has
yes,
given the trophy back to Morocco.
I didn't know you were a football fan. Which of the teams, apart from Kumasi and Tekoto,
I'm a Real Madrid supporter.
Real Madrid?
Real Madrid. I love Madrid. Hala Madrid in the casket. Closest papa.
You like teams with history?
Absolutely. I mean, teams that do not have history, don't waste your time on them.
Yeah.
And you know, Madrid was formed on the 6th of March, Ghana's Independence Day. So inadvertently, every Ghanaian must be proud of Madrid. You understand?
Alongside Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Absolutely. Kotoko, you know, Kotoko is in the DNA.
Yes. And so we'll take a look at that. But when it comes to the SIM card registration, it's right on time that we also have the GIFEC boss right here, because it's been criticized in some quarters and then also accepted in some quarters as well. And so the discussion will be mixed reactions so far. The Minister for Communications did have a pre-stakeholder engagement, and so has been having a number of those engagements alongside the National Communication Authority, engaging the media as well as other stakeholders, trying to enumerate why they want to undertake this. But we have this discussion because not too long ago, under the former minister in the elsewhile Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as well as Bawumia government, we had a SIM card registration as well. Lots of people hovering around their work stadium, for example, as well as other areas, to get their SIM cards just verified and registered. All right? And a number of problems were encountered. But what really does it mean? And so let's hear from the minister.
The critical thing I complained about, for which reason I said the registration in 2021 to 2023 should not have happened, was the lack of biometric verification. The lack of things that we are doing today, the use of OTPs, ensuring that SIMs for foreigners are churned after 90 days. So basically what I am doing today is walking the talk that we spoke in opposition. So we're looking to fix all of those problems, and I believe strongly in my heart that this is going to be the very final SIM registration exercise that we are doing. We're using a SIM card today that is acquired fraudulently using somebody's Ghana card. Don't forget that now, when that person uses his Ghana card to do his own registration, he will set his primary number. So if you try to register that same, because maybe you have a copy or a photograph, and you try to enter the details, when you try to do the liveliness test, the system will flag it. Because we will be able to block every SIM card that was not registered by the real owner of the Ghana card will not be able to go through this process. And that's why we're refusing to do a wholesale transfer of what has been already registered.
Give back, boss. Make it make sense. That's your sector minister.
Very well. Roland, let me say once again good morning to you and my good brothers, Sulu and then
Aaron.
Aaron, yes, Aaron. This is the first time we are meeting. It is well with us, and then and the good people of Bimbilla, of course. I mean,
that's your constituency.
Yeah, that's my constituency. We're celebrating the Eid al-Fitr Friday.
Okay.
I wish you join us, and then Aaron and Co. I invite you.
Tell us that you are nurturing an ambition.
Hey, Aaron, this morning propaganda.
Just be clean.
This morning propaganda, Aaron. Well, you see, it's spot on. The minister was spot on this matter. You know, when we did the SIM card registration, we critique it. In fact, we critique the process that was employed in registering our numbers. And it came to pass. You will see that SIM bot fraud,
the interception of the numbers and the reroute.
Yes. Then mobile theft increase. These mobile money criminals, they have also increased their activities because people can easily go and acquire number in Ghana using the Ghana card. If you look at the LI 2006, which was passed in 2011, that allowed for this registration exercise. The SIM, you know, SIM is a simple, people are calling SIM. The full meaning is subscriber identity model. Okay, you see, you are identified by that number. But what do we do in Ghana? Hold your Ghana card, they snap you and say they are registering you.
But they took biometric details, if I remember.
See, that's what I went through. You see, taking somebody biometric details, the agency that holds the data is NIA, National Identity Authority.
That's the national database.
Database of all the biometric, this Ghana card thing that we are doing. When they were doing the registration, the SIM registration, do you know that the NIA people were not part of it? The NIA people were not part of that registration exercise. They are holding the database. Yet, NCA and then the ministry then were engaged in these activities by not involving those who hold the primary database. Okay. And you see, and when we talk of biometric, there are three processes that you go through.
What do you mean? I know that there was a letter at the time that we're discussing this, and I remember there was a letter internally that was coming from the NIA to the NCA, as well as the other stakeholders within the registration process, where they said there was no real-time verification.
Beautiful. That's where I was coming. I was driving up.
And then, but subsequently, we had Professor Atefa go to Parliament and say, "Oh, forget about my previous internal memo." But
you see,
this one. So,
that is
so
what
how
I'm
do
saying
we
that,
sync that?
See, politics, we are in this business, so we understand the game. We understand the game very well. But you see, he's a technical man. And if you are in this business, real-time verification is key in identifying somebody. Look, first, in biometrics, the first thing that we do is identification. Identification is when you bring out your Ghana card. I just look at it and say, "Oh, Roland, I've seen your picture. You are the one." That's identification. But I have not verified you. You must go through verification. The verification is where they take the data on it to find out whether actually what is on the card is what they have on their database. That is the verification. Then they now come to the final lab, which is the authentication. It must authenticate to be sure that the data that they have there is the real person standing in front of us. And that's where they have to take your fingerprint and your facial. And that's why when you are traveling at the airport, go to foreign country and see whether you can just walk into their country and pass through this thing, customs, without them going authenticating you. The place to put your this thing, either you go through your fingerprint or they will look at your face. The machine will scan you and see that that passport you are holding, you are real the person. That is not what we use when we're doing the SIM registration. And that led to all manner of persons. Just go to Circle right now, today, you can buy 10 numbers there. Just right now, as we are speaking. Take your car and go to Circle and say you want a number. You will get 10 of them registered. And then when somebody called you and you don't see, you go to Truecaller.
But the
and
first exercise that we did,
yes,
under Esla Uso-Ekufo, was supposed to prevent these very things.
And that's what I'm saying, because the
we
real
took
time
biometric detail. There was this, they had these devices that you place your hand and you are saying that NIA has no recognition of them.
Yeah, that's why we said the NIA database. When you go and match what they did, it will not correspond to their database, what they have in there. And that's why we have these fraudulent crooks all over the place. So now that is why you see that there's now a close collaboration between NCA and NIA. And so that there will be a real-time verification of your number. So that the number that I have is attached. So that when the thing that we are going to do, you see, interestingly enough, it's so simple that Ghanaians are not going to suffer. They are designing the process where you can sit in your room yourself, just on your phone, and do the process, the verification, so that your number is attached to the NIA people who can authenticate and say that, Roland, this number is really the data that Roland is giving us. It's really the person. So that nobody can use that your number.
Really?
That is what we are trying to do, to prevent, so that one man, one number. If you want two numbers, then you go back again to the same process, and they know that Roland is using an additional number. He's the same person. But right now, my brother, just wait. Somebody will call you a unknown number. Go to YouTube, and you see a female name, or you see some name that you have never heard before. And you see that, where is it coming from? And they are using this one and taking our rural people, especially our rural folks who don't understand it, taking their money, mobile fraud all over the place. And so government is trying to prevent this. Yes, they would have done something, but that was not a proper process of verifying the numbers. And that is what we are trying to prevent. Look, security-wise, it's dangerous. In Ghana, where people can just walk to the street. But look, I just came from abroad. I needed a number because the environment I found myself, there was no way I could use my Ghana number because I needed data. The process I went through, only God knows, just to use it for 1 week. That number, just 1 week. The hell I went through to get that number.
Where?
In Barcelona.
And in the UK also, you can just walk in and then...
It's not possible. I've been there before.
Okay, what do you do?
There's a process you have to go to. They have to do the identification first. You are the real person. What is your reason? Bring your passport. They check all your data and be sure that you are the person. Then after that, they now go through another verification process to be sure that that number you are going to use, what is the purpose for using that number? They go through all this. They take your email address and everything before they give you. You are just even going to use it for 1 week, not for life. And they check all this. That is why they are able to track criminals. But Ghana, these days, somebody will just swindle you and get your money. I don't know whether they've tried you before. So your mom money.
Several of them do call.
So,
yeah.
To track them, only hell God knows. They will take the money and remove the chip and throw it away. Because when they go back to Circle and buy another chip again. But this time, what we are going to do, and make sure that if you try it, we'll track you, will get you wherever you are hiding. You will find out because your number would have been attached properly to your database and NIA.
Really?
Yes, that's what they are trying to do. Then National Signal Bureau, they are also part of this. National Security, they are also part of this process. So that they can have, because they are also taking the data from the NIA, and they can easily track criminals.
So the data that was collected in the one done by Esla, where is it?
Oh, but that
can't
data
you just match it?
No, you can't do that because that data is fought with all this problem I'm talking about. If you verify each of them, it will not be authenticated by the NIA with their database. That is the challenge we have there. That data, like what I'm telling you, if you just go to Circle
that was
right now,
fundamentally flawed.
It was fundamental flawed because that matter, if they had involved NIA in the process, then we wouldn't have gone through this process. Because NIA has the primary data. They have it. All the Ghana, they are issuing it. Okay? So if you want to authenticate somebody, data very well. And that's why they see people are mixing these two things, biodata and then biometrics. There are two different things. Completely two different things. And so people are mixing it, thinking that, okay, what they did was just taking the biodata of people and say that, okay, Roland, this is your number, this is your date of birth, all of that kind of thing, and they put it in there. They say, take your Ghana card, they'll hold it like this, and then they'll snap you and say, snap your fingers. I don't know what they are doing. when you go to register.
Yeah,
that's what they
data.
do.
Yeah.
They're just
the metrics is the analytics, but the fingerprints and all that.
But now what we are trying to do is that verify and authenticate. And I'm saying that when you are verifying, you only take the data on it and verify that, look, yes, Roland is having a Ghana
So what happens
to
our friends and colleagues who are in the diaspora who already have their SIMs? They use it from that place.
That is why they are saying that they need not to come down to do this registration. When the process is designed proper, and that they have...
It's virtual.
It's not virtual as such, but it will be an app that they can go through.
Okay.
The verification process. Okay. When they do it, it will go to the NIA database. The NIA people will now authenticate that one. And be sure that the person verifies.
Who is designing the app? How much is it costing?
Oh, it's NCA and then NIA.
They are not involving any third party to.
Oh no, they are doing it there. It's an
you don't know
yet. But I'm not sure they are bringing any internal.
Let's go and verify.
I can assure you that
real time.
Look, this government is committed to modesty and to make sure that we have the look. The gentleman who is sitting there, Koku Yaira, at NIA, he's an expert in this thing. He's well trained in that field. And he understood it. He's worked there before. And he's been there all these things. So when they started this biometric process and all that, he even wrote an epistle that what they are doing, time to come, we'll redo it again because they were not doing verification or authentication of the numbers that they are picking. The telecos.
To be in sync with the national database.
And I'm saying that Artefo himself said it. But when there was pressure on him, he has to run to Parliament and tell them that this was not what he was intending to do. Okay. But I can assure you that we mean business for Ghanaians, for the security of myself and Aaron, so that they don't steal our money, our young people. And then we have to go through this process.
Aaron, what do you say to this? You've been observing this.
Yes. Roland, I think, first of all, I think the good people of Bimbilla should also get to know that their very son just came from Barcelona. He's having some dollars of him. So when he get there on Friday, they should know how to approach him. But to the main substantive matter, Roland, it cannot be accurate that my senior will say that the first registration did not involve the NIA, and I'll address that very soon. But you see, he started by even laying the foundation that this process started somewhere 2011, where the NDC was in power. The process was flawed in 2011 simply because everyone was able to use any identification card of his choice. If you clearly even recall, during the EC registration, when we were registering for our voters ID, people were even using the health insurance card. Same applied to the system. Remember, the Supreme Court has made rulings on Abu Ramadan #1 and #2, and it is why the 2011 SIM registration failed. So the first stage the MPP, after taking power in 2017, had to do was to resolve that basic and fundamental problem with identification. And that is where the national, the Ghana card came inside. And as such, after getting the Ghana card through 2021, then we started this registration, which I think virtually ended in 2023. Now, the process was very simple during the MPP's era under Minister Islam.
The process was not simple. It was chaotic, actually.
Maybe it was stressful. Let's.
Did you register yourself?
I registered.
It was very chaotic, so and we covered it live.
The first stage you do is to link using the USSD to link with the Ghana card to your SIM. Then you go to take your biometric. You even mentioned that your biometric is being taken. Now, the process, the problem over here is that to say NIA was not on board will be problematic, because yesterday I was watching, is it Ghana Tonight or something?
Agenda.
Yes. And you clearly get to know that the chamber, one Derek Boateng also, even confirmed that NIA was part of the process, but they were not ready. That is the process. But the fact that somebody is not ready does not mean that the country should stay aloof by not addressing some of the pertinent issues like...
So what was addressed with that registration that took place?
I want to state this clearly, that the MPP is not even against any SIM re-registration. Why? Because when it comes to matters that hit on the security of the state, if you want to prevent fraud, then we need to urge them on. But the problem we are all facing is the politics that surrounds it. The politics that surrounds it.
The registration.
Yes, the
politics around it.
I'm coming to even address that. When this process was started by the MPP, we saw the current minister moving around from station to station, mentioning that he set up a certain academy called Stubborn Academy, that nobody should go and register. After the NCA was able to capture your biodata, that data sits with the NCA. I thought that it would be very simple to just align it. But if per their technical expertise, that wouldn't be possible. I'm only sounding this caution that we should not be politicizing processes that leads to the security, borders on the security of the state.
Mr. Aaron,
yes, sir.
Is it not specifically for these subject matter of the national database, of course, within the database of the NIA, not syncing with what was collected on ground, for which the alarm bells were raised by then he was ranking on the communications committee. Is the reason why he went, is the reason why he went around town sounding the alarm that what was being done was not in sync, one, with due regulation, and two, the NIA really was not in sync, because the data you're collecting will not sync with the data of all Ghanaians, as well as even other nationals, for which the law allows the NIA to collect, and so cannot be verifiable. As a result of that, the intended purpose or rationale, which was the argument that the communication minister made at the time to embark on the exercise, will not be achieved.
So, Roland, a simple understanding of the situation. NCA takes a database, a state agency, not an external body, a state agency. It sits with them. Probably with the alignment, though not a technical person, the problem you might be facing that there might be overlaps. But you see, there is a leeway to it, because when you look at the 2023 process, the NCA announced a short code, which even if now you try *402*1#, you would be able to confirm the number of SIMs that is connected to your Ghana card. So where there is a problem and it is being synced and there is that problem, that code can simply be able to use to correct that error.
That's for
but
NCA.
I'm not disputing that. I'm saying that the syncing would now provide that basis for you to know that, okay, you have this number of SIM cards connected to your Ghana card. If there is a problem, then probably we can add another phase when putting it to the NI. But as I've mentioned over here, the MPP is not against any re-registration. So there is no point of even moving here and there. It is the politicization that sounded. Today, if we are to get another person, you remember even when we were doing the Ghana card, we saw the chairman of the NDC calling out on his members not to go and register Ghana card, followed by some judge also setting up this Stubborn Academy. But my position is clear. We are not against it. Anything that is bordering on the security of this country should be protected simply.
Okay. I want to, please put, the internal memo.
Yes.
To premise my question on this, I would also want to extend it further to also do a recall. Of course, subsequently, we had Professor Ken Atiba, distinguished, also go to Parliament and say, oh, forget about that internal memo or that communication, so to speak, to the NCA. And please put it on the screen for me. And then if you can do that, we can verify that. So go forward. Because when you get to have a look at this, comprehensively, just clearly, let's go to the second one. The second one. Can we go to this? It says that technically, the NIA is unable, that would be B, 2B. The next one. Let's go to the next page. It says technically the NIA is unable to verify against the NIS database non-live biometric information of applicants once collected and stored by third parties. And this generated heated debates.
Yes.
To the consequential matters of collecting personal information of Ghanaians by third parties, and whether it's allowable by our laws and whether there are data breaches of individuals, etc. Because that was a point in time, the mainstay of the argument that don't go and register, so to speak. But here we are, and this is supposed to resolve this. Was it an exercise in futility? And how do we make sure that we don't have a repeat? Because technically, everybody agrees that we need to make sure that we preserve the security of states, as well as the security of individuals who have data.
Yes, so you rightly captured it. Exercise in futility, ego, power play, was what was at play when the last SIM registration exercise took place. The minister obviously was somewhat in a sort of fighting with the NIA boss, Professor Atifa, because you see, underlining all these registrations is what? The Ghana card. You did your Ghana card via the NIA, is that not the case? So I'm even surprised that in all these matters, it is not the NIA that we are consulting. Because if the issue has to do with verification, they have our biometrics, the NIA. Is it because they have to pay some money to the NIA, that's why they are dancing around it? Remember during those days, the 2021 to 2023, that we were given all the assurances by Esla Usu that it will remove fraud, criminality, and so on and so forth. The argument then was that if you are not verifying the people, then we may not achieve it. We went ahead, we did it. Now fraud seems to be on the ascendancy. So it means what we did in the past did not serve any purpose. But then, there is no assurance that today too, they can do it comprehensively. Because you see, it's not everyone that has your Android phone or smartphone. Even those that have it, it's not everyone that understands the phone. So one way or the other, they resort to third parties to be doing some of these online registration for them. That is where the debate comes in. That you are going to give your data to somebody that you may not know will shortchange you. So at the end of the day, these forces, they know very well that's not everyone. If you go to where you have these mobile money vendors, those that sell SIMs, every day people are registering their SIM, and they are the ones aiding them in registering it. They are the real problem that we have, and not anyone sitting anywhere. So I was thinking that people will go back to the LI 2006. Telcos or network providers, it is their duty to identify everyone that subscribes to their network. Is that not the case? And then, when they fail to do that, there is a penalty for it. You understand? So that the NCA would rather be penalizing telcos that are not doing their work well, rather than always subjecting the citizen to this uncomfortable business of re-registration. You see, people think that it's only the mobile phone that we register. I'm into transport. Almost half of the trucks that you see on the road have trackers.
And they have SIMs.
SIMs. So the last time they did this bogus thing, because the minister and his people, they see that they don't even understand the business. Oh, go and register. They think it's easy. It disenabled a lot of our trackers on the road. Sometimes you don't even know where the park is. So you have to go and then buy another SIM, go and get the driver to stop, and then replace the SIM, and so on and so forth. So I'm thinking that they must find a way of dealing with the NIA to get their biometrics so that all of us, they go into the system. And these are all matters that the sharp IT guys could help us. Then they go into the system and see those that did not register rightly or those that lack the biometrics. If you call them to come and regularize their registration, fine. If not, if they don't come, you clear them from the system. And those of us that went through the normal process, the official process of giving our biometric features, go through. The last time they told us, remember the EC also uses this technology called the liveliness, which they told us that once that system is there, no one can bypass it. Was it not the same system that allowed people to be transferred from Sanarigu or so to Pusiga? So I'm not interested, I'm not too much comfortable when they put their hope or trust in the system. What are the back ends? What are the protections? By the way, what assurance is the minister giving to us that this time around when he fails, the country must do to him? Is he going to put his job on the line? Is he saying that if he's unable to, after the registration, there are still fraudsters in the system, he must be sacked from office or he must be in prison? Or what should happen? Because Esla Kim gave us the same assurance. Today she's chilling somewhere. Nobody is taking her on. The self-app that they brought, I paid a lot of money to be registering. You know, it was 5 cities.
Yes.
Where is that money? They said it was not going to cost anybody anything. By the time they realized they had bought an app and then we were paying 5 cities. At the end of the day, they didn't account to anybody. It has gone into the drains. And now we are being told of re-registering our SIMs. So a simple matter of SIMs we are not able to do. When are we going to go to the moon? So this country, simple matters, it takes forever. SIM, we can't deal with it. It seems to me that Low-hanging issues is what takes our time as a country.
You don't think this is important? Because right now you're there, immediately you get your account credited.
Yes.
In some 5-10 minutes, somebody will call you.
But the person is calling with a SIM. Does the SIM not belong to anyone?
Yeah, so it makes you question as a customer of the telecommunication companies whether somebody is monitoring your data. Or in terms of your
So that's why I'm saying that we must take on the network providers. They are the ones providing the SIM. SIM is subscriber identity model. Who is that subscriber? How do you identify the person? All of us, when we go to the network providers, they take our data. How did they register the particular SIM for that person? And every SIM that they give out, I'm sure that their vendors, those that they mandate to sell on their behalf, they have the code. So that when they know the code of that SIM, they can trace to who sold it. Then they go there and find out from that vendor how they register the person without the person's information. We are not doing this. We are allowing the telcos to get away with a lot of impunity. We are not sanctioning them. So that the citizens are always at the receiving end. Go and register. We go and queue. We come back, then they come and tell us again. That is not the way to go. Because it takes a toll on a lot of people to be doing. I just told you, if your truck is somewhere in Burkina, you understand, and you are supposed to re-register. Maybe the park, you don't even have it. You have to wait for the person to come. If you don't take care, by the time it comes, the deadline is over. So it means you have to go and get another SIM. So the NIA, the NCA, and the telcos must sit down and find a very serene method of dealing with this matter, rather than always we coming back to the same situation and not getting the solution.
Creating a lot of discomfort.
No, that is what...
everybody says it's important, but at the end of the day, you create...
I'm taking from where he landed.
Okay.
And this current one involves the telecos, NCA and NIA. So there's some tripartite committee working on that, so that to solve this problem.
The telcos,
NIA
NCA.
and NCA. Even if you look at the yesterday meeting where the minister spoke eloquently about what we intend.
There were representatives?
Yeah, they were represented from the telecos. They were all there. And then the NCA boss was there. He did the presentation. The NIA boss himself was there, Kuku Yaira. And they did a fantastic job. I see the minister is spot on this, and he's been vindicated when he indicated that people should not register. Because what was the use of that registration? To curb criminal activities, cyber crimes and all that. After registration, it's increased. So what the minister was telling them at that time, if they had done it, incorporated that verification process by involving NIA, we wouldn't have been where we are today.
Okay, so let's say NIA comes in. It doesn't preclude people from still acquiring SIMs with people's identity.
But it will be properly verified and authenticated by them, because they have the database. And they will make sure
what will you do? What will you do?
But that's why if you are not the person doing that kind of thing, it's easy for us to pick you up. You are a criminal, you're a crook. I mean, we get you. So that Aaron will be safe. His money, his mobile money will be safe. That's what we're trying to do. And so, in fact, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should be praised for this, trying to sanitize our system. Because, look, we are now in a global arena. Digitalization is everywhere, where we have to make sure that, look, cyber crimes has gone high-tech. The way people are doing, you see that this cyber security authority, they are doing fantastic. They are rounding up a lot of criminals all over the place. And what do? They use this SIM fraud, and they are running after people and getting away with people resources. This is what we are trying to prevent. So I agree to Sulu to some extent that, look, yes, there is a genuine reason, but this current one is going to resolve that genuine problem. The problem that he has identified. We don't want to burden Ghanaians. They are not going to be long queues, unlike the other ones. No, that is not it. It's not going to be like that. It's just the verification process that we want Ghanaians to go through to make sure that we are protected. Because these criminals, they are also learning fast. They are studying. You know, criminals are also studying.
Of course.
Yes, because they must understand the system in order to bypass it.
That's the point. They'll beat you once again.
Yeah. And this time we'll beat them. We'll beat them to it. Because that's why we are bringing NIA in.
You're alive, oh.
I am telling you, that's why we are
Internet doesn't forget, oh.
You know, when you posted that
it's like the reminders that the MPP keep giving.
You know the internal memo you put out there.
Yeah.
Was it not a warning to them?
Yes, that this was not possible.
That is it.
I mean, they were warned by the NIA.
The NIA warned them that what you are going to do is not going to solve the problem you are looking for. But now, you see, the NIA are now deeply involved in this. They have the database. They have it. Okay, you have come to register Ghana card with them. They have given you a Ghana card. And so they have everything about you. Now you want a number to be used to make calls and mobile activities and all that. Now they have to be sure that you are the right person the number is given to. So NIA is there, and the telecoms are also there. The NCA, which is the regulator itself, is also involved in this. Right. So if anybody bypass it, then we know that that person might have gone to Israel to learn something and come back. We'll track him. That's why we are bringing national security and plus
cyber security. Signals Bureau.
Signal Bureau.
The famous Signals Bureau.
The famous, they are also part of this. You see, so that they will make sure that they can track you and you don't get away with this. So we are going to make sure that this time it's done properly, and I can assure you. And then as to when they said, our national chairman said, Ghanaians, look, Aaron, it's that matter. You people have been repeating it. National chairman didn't say Ghanaians should not. He was saying that the processes involved, what you are trying to do, was trying to sideline certain group of people. That's what you were trying to do at that time. It was trying to silence certain category of people. And I say, if that is the case, why will you stop some people from registering just because, you know, and the issue had to do because of the voter registration.
The West Africa, they said there was a fear that the West African
people were coming in and all this kind of thing. Okay. And they were trying to use that
so that's
as
why
a
the
primary
national chairman said that at the time.
That is why we're having a problem with them.
Right?
But it was resolved. The matter was resolved. The chairman never stopped it. He has a Ghana card himself. Our national chairman has a Ghana card. He said, look, he's a responsible citizen, a former MP, a former minister. So he understands this. He's been an MP 3 times. So he understood all these things very well. But then people were trying to use it for politics. You know, they wanted to use Ghana card as the only primary source for registration. Is that not what you people are going to do? To register for electoral commission. And we stopped them. We had to stop them. Otherwise,
but ultimately, shouldn't it be where we head to?
No. I said the airline we see that airline. That's what we are saying, that at the time we paid the exigency at that time, the airline 206, which was passed in 2011 that you are making reference to. The exigency at that time, the technology that we are having currently was not there at that time. That's why we are repealing it now. Because I always say when it is out of order, you repeal or amend. Is that not true? And that's what we are doing right now.
Okay.
So there's going to be a new one. We are not going to use the same airline. Aaron, I can assure you, we won't use that one. We are going to repeal it completely. A new one has been drafted properly to take care of the current technology and all this kind of thing we are going to do, and so that nobody can get away from it.
Okay. Aaron.
Roland, I think he should be bold to call out his chairman when he makes mistakes. We were in this country that you passed this airline in 2011, making it straight that we need only the single Ghana card for all transactions. It is not the MPP that did that. You did it. Then your chairman goes out that you shouldn't register for the Ghana card. This is the same chairman who young people are in this country complaining about recruitment. And it goes out that when 500,000 people become police officers...
Well, we'll be talking about the recruitment.
I'll come back to that. This is the chairman. He wants to be president. You should be cautioning him some of these statements. But I'm still maintaining my point that the security of the state is paramount. We, the MPP, are not against it. If indeed this will bring finality, that is what we pray for. And as such, we should stop politicizing this process. Roland, as simple as that.
So how do we make sure the right things are done? Quickly, then we'll talk about the president says that over 4 years they want to expand the recruitment processes and then the intake in excess of over 40,000, so to speak.
I just want to find out whether the registration, the telcos will be involved. If they will, if they will be involved,
they'll be there.
So if they will be involved, those that did the registration the last time, are they going to be the same people doing it? You see, they are the problem of the day. They are the problem of the day. They have a way. These telcos and their workers, they are not saints. Sometimes, some of them, from where I sit, because for them to know that there is money in someone's account means people are getting information.
Because immediately you get some...
Then
10 minutes time, somebody is calling
about it. It's just like banks. People go to banks and go and withdraw money.
Within a space of a minute, the armed robbers are following. Means somebody in the bank gave the information. So we must be doing proper profiling. Go back and see those that did the last registration, SIM registration, and then try and do away with a lot of them. If the National Security Service or as national as anything, we are in this country, sometimes they themselves are also involved in criminality. This country, why? Sometimes I don't get it all. Go to the church that you expect the pastors to also behave properly, another matter. You dash down to the mosque, another matter. So where sometimes can we go to?
Sister New London.
So if the national security is going to be involved, get the right set of personnel. But the telcos must be the focus. If they flout, if they allow their system to be used by people to dupe innocent people, they must be taken on. I believe that people, those that lose their money through these telcos, the money must be taken from the telcos and refunded to those that are affected. Because it is your platform that they are using. How safe is your platform? Then all of us will be on the same page.
All right. Yefek.
Well, we take it on board, as we are saying, we take it on board.
We ended with that matter. So
yes.
The president says that the recruitment should be extended 20 to 40,000 the next. Did you say 4 years?
Yes, within 4 years.
Okay.
Within 4 years.
What does it mean? It's been criticized.
No, why?
Because
why
the minority's position,
yes.
Which is the MPP's position as well, and then other critics for the registration exercise. If that's the case, refund the monies. At least for the monies for the registration. Those who have
people are calling for that.
The minority.
Why minority calling for that?
Yeah.
I don't understand this, my friends. Is it the first time we are doing this recruitment exercise?
You mean paying for the form?
Paying for the form.
Well, the argument they are holding, Rashid Tanko, is that, I mean, you want a certain quota, and you can exceed.
They have a certain quota when they were doing it.
You can exceed the quota for some few thousands, but this one we have tens of thousands.
In 2018. Immigration Service, 2018, Immigration Service needed just 500 people. 48,000 people applied for it. 48,000. Take 500 from 48,000. Did they refund the money to them?
I don't understand.
I said the immigration people, even your network covered it. 2018, MPP. You see, when you are being transparent, it also has its own problem in Ghana. That's what I've come to realize in Ghana. As soon as you are too transparent in whatever you are doing and open up your gate, your house for people, then it also has its own problem.
And transparency means
transparency means allowing Ghanaians to come and apply so that you give them the opportunity, everybody, to see whether you are qualified or you are fit for purpose to go and do that process.
But the problem is the numbers.
Unlike our opponent, they open up, you don't go through any process. That ends it. The only thing is that you see people carrying their bag and going for training. Some even go 2 months, 3 months and they are back. They give them uniforms to wear. I can give you pictures. You go and put it there. You see some toddlers. I don't know how they got into the service. And you see some octogenarians. they were recruited at that time. You have the picture. I'll give you the pictures. We use it and we're telling them, how were these people recruited? Sometimes I move around when I get to the situation and I see some people wearing uniforms. I say, how did they get this man to the police? Or this, how did they recruit such a person? Because they just pick them from homes straight from their party offices.
Oh, you can't make those conclusions.
I can tell you, look, do you know the interior minister, then interior minister, who was Accra mayor, the Accra regional minister became interior minister. That fact, I've forgotten his name.
Henry Kote.
You remember the issue in Parliament when he came and met them and spoke about this recruitment and even wanted to extend some to the MPs, and a minority then we rejected that. We said we are not going to accept this thing from you because we were looking at it in the form of a bribe. They were trying to do quotas and that time. And even recently, he said they were thinking that he was becoming too powerful. His own people. He made a statement recently. And that's where he got his own problem. He said those kind of things. You see, the kind of recruitment that went through under MPP regime, if we had to do that kind of thing, I'm sure, Roland, we would have been here talking about it again. We won't advertise, won't say anything. The only thing is that they will hear people are going for training. Bus load of people will be moving from constituency to training centers, the only thing you see is that ministers or DCs will parade them on social media and say, I've recruited this number of people in my constituency, congratulate me. And that's not what they were doing.
So what's your point? That your level of transparency is now you're
Our level of transparency is what has led to this. That is what I'm saying, that Ghanaians must congratulate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He has opened up.
Young people messing up. They've already paid online.
Hasn't that one? I'm telling you. Do you know that
for expressing their interest, having filled their bio data or inputted it in there, and then you don't give them the opportunity because the quota is small?
That exercise gave us a proper overview of the nature of youth unemployment in this country. Do you know that? It has given us an overview of that. That this is the number of persons that if we hadn't done this kind of exercise, we wouldn't have known that this is the kind of challenge the MPP bequeathed to us as a country. Do you know that exercise led to His Excellency sat with couples and said, no, let's increase this number. Because the number we're looking at is more than that. It means there are a lot of Ghanaian youth who are out there who want to get into these services. It's a listening president who will do this. And the youth of Ghana must hold a press conference to congratulate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for coming in to listen to them.
Do you know that even your own MPs, maybe not publicly, but even internally, have raised questions about the quotas that are being taken compared to the numbers that are registered?
That's why I'm saying that he looked at it when he met the couples.
You are justifying it?
I said, he said over a 4-year period. Over a 4-year period that we are going to do. That is not the end. This year is not the end of the recruitment process. We just started. This is our first time of doing recruitment, right? When we came into office, this is our first time that we are doing recruitment. And then that is not going to be the end. It's going to span over the 4-year period that we are going to be there, and subsequently, because we will continue to be in office after 2028. And more of the youth will get opportunities. Look, when we are going to roll out this 24-hour economy, we need more security. These 24-hour markets that we are building around, we need more security to police the processes and all that. And then so that is why all these things we're doing that. We're trying to take about 5,000. But the president, in his wisdom, realizing the number, said, no, increase it. Go ahead. He has Ghanaian youth at heart. And he wants to make sure that he gives them other sector. The Minister of Finance yesterday, when he met the stakeholders, he said that he announced...
The minority said refund the money to the...
They should go and bring the 48,000.
Refund?
They should bring it, the 48,000. When they took that money from
refund?
I said they should bring that money, the NPP. What are they talking about? You see, when they say, they should allow some people to talk about this matter. For them, their history doesn't allow them to talk about matters of this nature at all. I'm saying that, Roland, if you want, I will download pictures for you. People who they paraded on social media and said, I recruited this, congratulate me in my constituency. When did the person apply in anything and then the person is wearing uniform? That is the problem we are having now. People are saying that NDC should have also acted that way. But we are responsible people. We are responsible. And we are going to make sure that our youth, yes, we will pick them. We will recruit them. All of them are going to get work. The finance minister announced yesterday, this year, there will be a lot of recruitment to public service. He announced it yesterday. If everybody replayed the tape yesterday, he did it. When he met the civil society and other things, they announced to the finance minister that we are going to do massive recruitment of the youth into the public sector. Apart from the security sector that the president has increased.
Okay.
Everyone, you and your people should be happy with this.
The minority position is that, and I'm sure it's the MPP position as well.
Because they're representing us in parliament.
Okay. So
of course.
How do you sync that with the position that he's espoused?
I want to serve this notice, and notice is hereby served, that the NDC, including Rashid Tanko, my senior brother, does not have any locus and impetus, maybe to add that they determine what the MPP should contribute to in this country. You are not first-class citizens. We are all citizens of this country. And the nation has not been bequeathed to you. We only voted you into power. And as such, if you have nothing for our security agencies, you don't cast nebulous insinuations and aspersions on them. And look at how you are describing our security forces and men over there who have put their lives at risk for this country. Look at how you are describing them. But you see, Roland, we should understand this issue very much well in a better context. That my senior brother sits here that this recruitment process has now given the NDC a better overview of the unemployment situation here. We were in this country when we were all set out for election 2024. In elections, you make promises. And when you are making promises, you sign a social contract with the people. And you understand that in contracts, the first thing you do is to make an offer. And an offer must be final and definite. And your conversation at Winneba at the campaign launch by the president now, then candidate Mahama, was that he's going to provide 1 job, 3 shifts, and 3 people. And so people were alarmed. Okay. Then young people in this country now turned into choristers. I'm going to sink it in for you to understand why the numbers has jumped.
What do you mean by young people turn into choristers?
They were just moving around in the country singing Sepr, Mahama is the whole, because there will be 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people. I'm coming.
Is it not,
Roland, now they come into power. They come into power. And the first thing they do, I'm showing this to the cameras, the first thing they do is by their chief of staff issuing a fiat to sack young people from their jobs. These are people ready to employ young people into jobs. You sack young people if indeed you are going to do 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people. At least the MPP gave you morning shift. Why don't you recruit your own people into the afternoon and evening shift? This is not the MPP even shouting about this recruitment too. Go to TikTok.
What do you mean by afternoon and evening shift?
Because you are going to run a 3 shift. And you already have some people employed by the MPP. But
then again, I'm coming, Roland.
Roland, I'm coming. I'm coming to that because that has generated the numbers increasing. Then young people said, okay, after 10 February 2025, the chief of staff issuing this fiat and sacking people, we said, okay, relax. Maybe young people thought that there would be a certain minister of state in charge of labor and employment who is going to solve their issues. Then President Mahama appoints Dr. Rashid Belpo, who told young people in this country some time ago that they should go and cut grass and sell. The sad thing is that, you see, how young people are so alarmed is that this minister has nothing better to offer them. He comes to set up...
Which minister?
Dr. Rashid Belpo. He comes to set up, what do we call it, the 24-hour economy secretariat, a secretariat that even works from 8 to 5. They don't even run 3 shifts. Then you come and you tell us, I'm coming to linkage. Roland, let me finish. Let me land. Then the secretariat comes to tell us that the entire 24-hour economy is going to cost us $4 billion. And as such, government is ready to commit only 7% out of the $4 billion. Now, the question is very simple. Your own project that you thought about, you touted 10 young people in this country into choristers. You are ready to provide 7% out of that. That is $280 million. Roland, in April 2025, Minister Atoforsen's budget had nothing about 24-hour economy. It is only in budget 2026 where we are having 24-hour economy allocated 110 million Ghana cedis, equivalent to $11 million. Subtract $11 million from $280 million. And you see you are getting about 269. They even have to allocate. And so young people are alarmed. They must get onto the ground. I'm linking it to the matter.
The economy is a policy decision. So you birth the policy, and then during the formulation stage, then you implement it. If you're implementing a policy, does it mean that within a time or a framework, it's supposed to achieve its objectives in the short term?
Do you know of free SHS?
Do you think that a policy like 24 hour economy should be realized in a short term?
I'm coming. Akufo-Addo touted free SHS from 2008. In 2016, he got the nod, became president in 2017. That same year, he launched it.
But the 24-hour economic policy is not the same as the free SHS economic policy.
So we should know the commitments they are putting in your own projects. You are saying that out of the $4 billion...
The two are not terminals, are they?
Please. It is. Your own project... $4 billion, you told us that it's going to cost $4 billion. You are ready to commit only 7% of it. That is $280 million.
How do you compare free SHS policy to
relax. We are not here to do English grammar and comprehension here, Roland. Your own project that you are ready to commit 7%, that is $280 million. You have allocated only $11 million out of it. And you want me to believe in that, and when the numbers increase, you are now coming to complain about what? Now, the next thing is that President Mahama says we should increase the numbers. Interestingly, 2 years is gone. 2 years is gone.
Which 2 years?
First year, 2025 is gone. 2026 budget, there has been appropriation bill that has been passed.
We are in March.
Yes, appropriation bill has been passed. So how do you increase the numbers? So are we saying that the
you
next
calculate 2 years by a
it is the
year?
Budget. It is the budget because the appropriation bill has been passed. So the 5,000 will go through. Now the problem is that are we going to increase the tally next year? Fair enough, you do that. But you see, they shouldn't contribute to this program and come back and say that the young people of this country should organize a press conference and be thanking President Mahama. When your national chairman goes on to tell them that 500,000 when they become, what do we call it, police officers who will become a thief, why didn't he allow his son to be a thief? And he chose to lobby for him to become deputy MIF boss. And I'm told he's now resigned. You choose to lobby for your boss to become MIF, the deputy CEO, and you tell other people, their children, to become thieves. Excuse me. We have a country to build.
Who said children?
You didn't hear the national chairman of the NDC telling us that when all the 500,000 people become police officers, who becomes a thief?
But he made that comment in jest.
In jest. National chairman, when young people do not have a job, you joke with what they do not have. Something that will bring bread and butter to them.
Don't you think that comment was made in jest?
It wasn't. He meant it. And he has a pattern of saying that number of times. I told you with that of NIA. And now he's now telling young people in this country that when 500,000 of them become police officers, who becomes a thief? Why doesn't he allow his son or daughter become a thief? And that ordinary Ghanaians should have their children becoming thieves. Excuse us.
The reaction so far, the president making the decision, and then subsequently we have the announcement also made, and then now also, of course, the minority says that should not be the way to go, and that a promise was made. As a result of that, you have to make sure that you fulfill that promise, creating jobs for young people.
The problem we have in this country, as a matter of fact, which saddens a lot of people's hearts, is that we still have the MPP speak, and their view is seen as representing the minority parties. I am a minority party. The only difference between the United Party and the MPP is that they have some representation in Parliament, and we are yet to go there. So when they speak, it is as though it is representing the views of all, when as a matter of fact, they must be the last people to dilute the situation. They should have rather allowed the United Party to make a cogent point. We are talking about a government. You see, when you speak, it annoys a lot of people. You just left power. You left power on the 7th of January 2025. We are in 2026. We have been told from between 2017 and 2024 that you had created 2.3 million jobs. You remember that situation? When they were launching their manifesto in Takrady or so, I heard the flag bearer openly, boldly, tell the entire country that the MPP administration had created 2.3 billion jobs. If you look at our data, if that position was true, I'm not sure we'll be having what we have. But you see, that is what we have been doing.
But that's the data they churned out.
It was fake. There was nothing.
You can't make those conclusions.
No, because we asked them then. It's because when we are going into election and we are asking questions, people seem not to, we are too much fixated on NDC and people. Now, people are now beginning to take what we say very serious. But they have realized that when they come and lie, United Party will shape the political discourse of this country. You can't come and sit here. You must be the last person to be talking about what do you call it? That they didn't provide job. When you have had 8 years, look at the number of corruptions. Look, the last hour I was doing a simple mathematics that between 2018 and 2024, Ghana had lost 81 billion through corruption. If we were going to divide 81 billion by the 500,000 people that applied, each one could have been given 16,226.
What do you mean by corruption? If they're supposed to be perceived corruption, people should be prosecuted.
But that is the problem of Tango and people. They are pampering them. That is why some of them are under bushes, under cocoa farms, telling us their peace of mind.
Who is at Cocoa Farm?
You haven't seen the minority MPs in somewhere offensive.
You don't care about.
And some of them, when I listen to their argument, I wonder how they got into Parliament. The people of this country always remember that the Constitution says we must vote for people of sound mind. You are also the problem. You, the voters, you are part of our problem.
But genuinely, cocoa farmers, based on the people they are interacting with, say they have key concerns because of the reduction.
I saw those that were there. None of them are cocoa farmers.
No,
they are going to rent someone's cocoa farm and doing this business with it. You see, but coming back to the issues, if all the monies we expended on creating a hole, the world's largest hole, $97 million have been given to these young ones, would we be where we are? 52 billion that got missing in our tax revenue, for which reason Keroforata is no more in this country. If this money had been invested in the economy, would we be where we are? And that is why I believe that there has to be a fallow period for these people. They must go back, sit back, analyze what went wrong, why they disappointed the people of this country before they begin to make certain assumptions and allusions. This business of our brothers saying that the chief of staff issued a statement. I was on record to have said that, look, those that qualified, they must be made to remain. But those that
came out with an outcome of an audit.
Absolutely. And those that were engaged after the 7th of December, they must be sacked.
Why should they?
Because they are. You see, why if it must be done, it must be done well. I was taking the cue from Osafo Mafo's vetting. Remember Osafo Mafo's vetting in 2017? When he was asked a similar question, and Osafo Mafo is a senior member of the MPP, so his view represents the view of the MPP. The MPP then said that, why would you engage anybody after December 7th elections? So they were not going to retain it, but indeed they carried through that. So you have set a very bad precedent for this administration to follow. When you are following your own precedent, then you come, but you turn around and come back and tell us that, look, why did you do that? The long and short of it is that the economy must be expanded. If you take our budget, 90% of our budget goes into interest payment and emoluments. And so, as a country, it is not in our interest to be engaging more people in the public sector. What has to happen is that you must expand the base of the economy by focusing on the private sector. How do you focus on the private sector? You try and reduce inflation. You try and reduce interest rates. You try and reduce taxes. When we were collapsing the banks, especially Ghana banks, I made a statement that, look, this has a national security implication.
Oh, at the time you were strongly...
I opposed them. I went on GH1, Dr. Dufour's TV, and I told them that this was a bogus decision. You see, me, I don't follow by heart discussions. So when I know the implications of actions and inactions, you understand? Now your policy rate is at 11.74%. Is that not the case? Meaning that lending rate will be around 18 or 17%. It means loans or credit facilities will be cheaper relatively. But guess what? Go to the market and see how many banks are Ghanaian banks. There are few. And we are competing with our West African neighbors. So most often the loans...
That unemployment of Ghanaians started way before?
Absolutely. But you see, if the banks are not giving money to the private sector cannot expand to be absorbing them. You understand? And that was the main reason why we said, when the MPP was in power, that if you had an amount of 4 billion to spend, you do not have to give that money to NAPCO to be paying national graduates 700 cedis every month, when you have a beautiful policy like the one district, one factory that you could invest in, so that factories will be expanded. Going forward, this administration, having achieved their macroeconomic stability, must begin to look at the real sectors. Agriculture must be a focal point. Expand your agriculture. Look at your import bills. All the items that we are importing, those that we are...
I don't make a specific point.
What is he saying?
Of course, private sector has to create jobs.
Yes.
But he says that a social contract...
Which social contract?
...was made with the people during the period of the electioneering of the campaign.
Yes.
Which is that 24-hour economic policy will be implemented.
He was not even listening to his own leader.
We're going to have jobs created, 133.
But his own leader, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, when the idea of 24-hour economy came, went on platform and said that it is already in implementation. Haven't we seen the Choba people? They operate 24 hours. Didn't he tell us? So do you want to disagree with your own background?
Factories also that also.
Is that even when you go to the filling station 24 hours? So he had answered the question already.
Meaning what?
Meaning that he believed that there was already 24-hour economy. You understand? So you must be following leaders lead. Follow your leader and don't try to do your leader in. Either than that, now you'll be conflicting with your leader. So must we trust you or trust your leader? You are the people that are making people to tell Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that he's a liar, because what you have done today is to tell him that he's a liar.
But he was only acknowledging. He was only acknowledging a fact that we have
man is saying
that we have subsectors of the economy that already operate and already implement a 24-hour economic policy in a way, and so it was not new. That's
when these people brought the 24-hour economy, those of us in the United Party, then the movement for change. You remember, anytime I came here, I brought my great transformation plan, and I told you that an efficiently managed economy leads to 24-hour economy. And so we didn't believe in those semantics. And that the way to go is to stabilize the macroeconomic environment. From there, you lead into invest in agriculture, invest in all the products that we have comparative advantage in, and that would expand the base of the economy. Then somewhat, we heard from the flag bearer of the MPP then, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, come and say, hey, you movement for change people, you are lying. The 24-hour economy is already at play. Why are you arguing with them? So by extension telling us that, look, they were already implementing the 24-hour economy. So why would you then come today and then accuse the very people who said they are here to bring, whereas your candidate said that it was already at play? The NDC administration, this current administration, must not be doing business as usual. All the things that we have said, they must go into it. For instance, we have said that it does not make sense for you to transition students from secondary school immediately to the universities.
They need work experience?
They need work experience. So we have said that given the opportunity, we were going to give them mandatory 1-year apprenticeship. After secondary school, we will not transition you immediately to the university. You go and learn carpentry, welding, technology, masonry, hairdressing, tailoring, and so on and so forth. So that after the 1 year, when you are equipped, you will decide whether you work with your skill or you continue to the university.
Hands-on?
Hands-on. Because currently, if you are looking for POP and the painters in this country, most of them are coming from Togo and Benin. We are pushing our people to go and do grammar, humanities, political science, Russia, and so on. What can you do with that? And we are encouraging it. Why the world has got into, we need skilled personnel. Look, when you take welders, go to the SOP or whatever. Welding, simple welding, we can't get professionals. When they have welding matters, they have to resort to Canada, they have to go to the UK, Ireland, and import people here. These are areas we were going to invest in and bring experts to be training our young ones, to be welding, to be having ISO.
United Party?
United Party, that's why you can't get it wrong. That's why you can't get it wrong.
So do you think that the president's decision to expand within the next couple of years to 40,000 is the right thing to do?
It doesn't solve the problem unless he does other things. Because the number of people that applied, I mean, if you take that people actually apply for 4 places and even reduce them, but it comes to about 300,000. Now, 300,000, you are going to employ 40,000 out of the 300. Remember, every year we are introducing more than 100,000 graduates into the system. So this is not sustainable. The sustainable way is to go back to the private sector.
Empower them.
Empower them.
Provide
and
them
make sure,
credit.
you see, it must be deliberate. I think it links to, I've seen that here Ibrahim Mama is taking over Dama. I love that policy. Ghanaians must begin to take a commanding height of this. Local. These foreigners, they come and mine here. What do we get from them?
To create more jobs.
They have to.
Okay.
They have to. And this must go to all the ministries and agencies that are giving contracts to the foreigners against the locals. That we will have time with you, you have date with us. This is the land of our bet. You go to Makola and you see a Chinese now, they are all speaking Twi, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? They are selling chalawote and so on and so forth.
Okay.
When our laws frown on these things.
So we should invest more in the private sector.
That is the way to go to deal with this myriad of problem, which is a national security problem that can overtake us. And if we don't take care, we will lose our country.
All right.
Roland, quick one.
Oh, I thought we've ended.
No. I see our national chairman never said Ghanaian youth should become thieves. Everyone is just putting.
Well, I asked him because I watched the video and I thought it wasn't just.
He never said. No, even no. He just stated that if all 500,000 people were recruited, where are they going to catch the thieves to?
So,
is he saying that? Oh no.
So the 500,000 part of them are thieves.
No, he never said. Why
he
never said that? So he never said so.
Must an old man like of his caliber say that?
No. He's an experienced politician.
So must he say that to young people of this country?
Aaron, let's take 2018. This is 4th January 2018. Listen, Roland, I'm going to read for you. The public will see, and I'll forward it to you. Only 500 out of the 84,000. I was even charitable to them. The thing is, 84,000 applicants interested in joining the Ghana Immigration Service will be recruited. This represents less than 1% intake. 84,000.
Which date is that?
That's 4th January 2018 NPP.
So now there was an application.
Sami Wuku. Sami Awuku. It's my brother, it's my friend. Sami Awuku. Told Ghanaians. Press conference. That when they come to power, recruitment exercise and all that, forms will be free. If you want, I'll download that in the statement for you.
But you know the forms cannot be free.
I'm coming. He announced it. So was it to full Ghanaians to vote?
No, but realistically, we know.
And they came in, they sold the forms, 84,000.
Why was they sell the form?
And took only 500 of them. Where's the money? And they have the audacity now to look into the face of Ghanaians and said, refund this. What are they talking about? Look, you should start apologizing to the young people of Ghana, MPP. MPP have made Ghanaians to be a laughing stock for 8 years.
Oh, really?
Oh, they know it.
But the point is that the position they hold is
everyone is apologizing his group.
Tens of thousands of young people who have applied, and you take a small fraction as a result of that. At least 84,000. Refund the money. That's what they're saying.
84,000. You took 500. Calculate at that time how much did they charge the forms. Apart from that year that they advertised, do you know that since that time, 5 years, they've never advertised recruitment exercise in this country. 5 years. The only thing we see is that they go to MPP headquarters and collect letters of appointment to go for the training. I can give you evidence. I have enough. I have some of them. They are there. I'll show you how they recruit. Let me show you. I have some. Look, this one I should give you. Roland, look at this. This one. How did these people get into the police service?
Which one?
Show it to them. How did they get in uniform? See, I want to show it to the public. Look at that. How did they get there?
Are you saying short police officer? So it's a short man. You shouldn't go to police.
Security is not about height. I am saying that when you said
an insult to short people.
It's not short people. I'm not saying short people.
Are you saying security is about height?
I am giving you an example. Apart from that, look, Roland. Look, there are a lot of interesting things you people do. Look at this one too. How did they pass body test?
Have you seen
how did they detect a person?
Show the same thing.
Look at it.
I don't see the one.
I'm saying that. No. You see, that is a problem.
You see the woman president Mahama.
That is not what we are talking about.
You want to body shame the woman?
No. You see, not body shape. Yeah, you see, you're not getting it.
Are you telling me?
Do you know this recruitment? When you go for recruitment, do you know what we call body?
You are closing it now.
Body this selection. Do you know what they do? The body selection. They go through body selection and medicals. Do you get that? Why did they go through all this? MPP never did all this. They were just passing them from MPP party offices. That has created this problem. And I'm saying that we are resolving that. We are going to recruit the youth, plenty of them, into the service.
Just 2 minutes.
Yes.
2 minutes each. Aaron,
Roland,
is finished.
Don't give me the opportunity.
Roland is finished.
He's rebutted my point. So let me rebut.
So I'll give you a point.
Thank you very much. So let me respond.
Aaron, you want to add again? Yes, you want to say.
Why is it that we had NDC members in Ejiso attacking an NHIA office? Why did that happen?
Well,
are you aware of that?
It came to our attention yesterday, and then we're following up to find out the brain behind it.
Okay, so you are investigating.
So we are investigating to find out what is the brain behind it. I mean, it just came yesterday. The information trickled in yesterday, and we are leadership is looking at it. I look at it.
So
trying to resolve the matter.
At the party level, you are investigating.
No, in fact, it came to us. We are looking at it to find out what is the brain behind it. I mean, we might find out the reasons. Sometimes you don't just jump into the free and start looking, but we'll find out what is the reason
at the party level.
At the party level, and then look at it and solve the problem for them.
All right. Just you said you wanted to
on the Ejiso matter, then I come to my rebuttals.
Yes, if you can.
On the Ejiso matter, it is because of the recklessness of some of their leaders. We were in this country when their former national organizer, that tall man, who is an ex-military man.
The leaders were reckless?
Oh, I'm coming to mention to you. I've forgotten his name. He was an ex-military man. I've forgotten his name. Yes, was an organizer then. Akamba was on tape telling his people that if they come to power and you need.
No, he's never.
Oh, okay, sorry. He was on tape telling his people that if
they come to power and you go and look for job and somebody asks you for CV or English, slap the person. That is what they are doing.
No,
it is your own deeds. Now come to think of it. Solo sat here that my leader, please, senior.
I hear you.
Solo sat here that my leader said that 24-hour economy was already in progress. Let me ask you a very simple question. Are hospitals not operating 24 hours?
Oh, so then
we explain to you that this is demand-driven and the sector that needs 24-hour economy are already doing that. But you still went to Winneba to tell us that you are going to provide 1 job, 3 shifts, and 3 people.
And sometimes it's
on employing people. On employing people after 7 December. This constitution is supreme. And it says that everybody has a 4-year mandate. On 28th December 2016, you employed Daniel Domlevo. Didn't we see him as an auditor general in this country? Now come to think of it. Indeed, we must expand the economy. Indeed, we must expand the economy. And if we are expanding the economy, inflation must be down. Yes, it is down. Exchange rate must be down. Yes, it is down. But the point is, if I need to buy food, which is down now, I need money. If I've taught for 15 good months as a teacher, and you tell me that you are not going to pay me, or you are going to pay me installments, and up to now you've not even paid, and then again you tell me that when I demonstrate for my own money, you treat me as an absentee and deal with me, then that is a cruel government, Rashid Tanko. I'm telling you, that is cruelty. If I don't have money, if you've sacked me from my job, how do I even feel inflation in my pocket?
There was an audit that was done, and the outcome
excuse me, Roland, that is even a fiasco in itself. Why would you sack people and later go back to set up a committee? Who do you think you are playing in this country? And which numbers? Is it the same Felix Kwacho who came to tell us that by the end of 2025 we will have 600 chips compound? Who is giving us figures? Excuse me.
But they are brought back.
If we talk about lies, if we are looking at the number one liar, it is your president who under Article 67 who went to Parliament to read the State of the Nation, telling us that within a space of 1 year they have created 1 million jobs. Whilst his own appointee, Ghana Statistical Service, the director is telling us that it is just a little over 330,000. Why do you do this to young people in this country? And you allow your chairman to peddle some reckless statements to tell them that when everybody becomes a police officer, who will become a thief?
Aaron, it's not true. This one we have brought your people back. Those people who
did you bring back? Go to Ghana Post. I was working at Ghana Post. The only crime Bishop Osei-Kufo did was that he converted casual workers to become permanent workers sometime in August 2024. You come to power, Sam Naté George sacks them.
No,
go and check the Central Regional General Secretary of our party, Richard Techimensa, working with National Pensions Regulatory Authority, someone who has been working since 2021. Because he was a witness in Ankuma Nimfa versus James Achikwesin, you have sacked the gentleman. Go to Central Region again. Yes, he was sacked. He's in court with them. Go to Central Region again and check Anthony Saki, our organizer of our party. You sacked him from Ghana Exim. Why do you do this to young people? Why do you do this to young people? And you come here to say that they should sing your praises? Excuse me. Excuse me.
The organizer of the party was at Ghana Exim.
Why? He's not a Ghanaian. He's not a Ghanaian. He's not a Ghanaian. He's not a Ghanaian. He's not a Ghanaian.
All right.
The organizer.
Excuse me.
Aaron, allow it. When you were talking, he didn't reply.
No, you can't.
Please.
He didn't
He just blew the cover of an innocent person that, as organizer of the MPP, he was still serving as.
Aaron.
He's not a Ghanaian.
Oh,
Aaron, you made your point.
Are you not the deputy director of elections of your party?
Aaron, you made your point.
What is blowing off cover? Excuse me.
The bank was entrusted in the hands of the organizers of the MPP. That's fine. The whole idea of this Josotin, I get second when I hear political parties are emboldened to go and lock offices. For Christ's sake, what's the name of the place? National Health Insurance Authority. They didn't say National Democratic Congress Office. What is the police commander over there doing? Are we going to wait for the NEC to come and tell us that they did their investigation? They must be rounded up immediately.
The perpetrators.
Absolutely. By now they must be going to court. These are criminals. You don't treat them with kid gloves. But is he going to be the one to also speak on it? In Karaga, you know Karaga? Yes. The DC for Karaga. Do you know what happened to him in 2017? They locked the man. They locked him. He was grasping for breath. They locked him. Karaga. The Northern Regional Minister, Salif Said, they changed him. MPP, they changed him. You remember Yesu Opariado? The National Security Coordinator for the Ashanti region. They boxed him.
So you are saying we're state for that? It shouldn't be allowed.
These people, that's why I say that when the matters come, allow the United Party to speak to the matter.
Because you are in the middle.
We have not done this. You just came out of office and you did worse. You remember Ashama incidents? Where toilet facilities were always the center of attraction. MBB. And they want to speak to advise the people of this country? No.
I don't understand. That if they live in glass house, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't even comment. They must shushu and allow us
they need to apologize to Ghanaians.
In fact,
that doesn't matter. These are human rights.
That is why we have to deal with it.
Should apologize to Ghanaians.
NDC members that did that, not there alone, other areas. Who told you that the National Health Insurance is your bona fide? It is a state institution. For Christ's sake, they must recruit the right personnel. If you have not bettered yourself, if you are a grassroots supporter, improve yourself, learn a skill, apply for jobs, and you get it. Because if you are not a medical doctor, you cannot work at Kolebu. It's as simple as that. Or you cannot work as a medical doctor at Comfortoche. If anybody is giving you this promise and you would follow this promise and go and vote for that person, then I don't know where you are coming from. It does not work like that. So please, as political actors, as foot soldiers, always and always think of bettering yourself. Acquire a skill so that you would be somebody. This promise of when we come, you recruit all of you. Every job has requirements. They like you. Most of you, when you call me, I keep telling you that, my brother, go and better yourself, improve yourself.
They've been calling you.
Oh, they call.
The NDC grassroots.
The MPP, NDC, CPP. Also, I'm a socialite. They call, we need jobs. I keep telling them that, where am I going to get the jobs? Where am I going to get the jobs? The jobs are not there. If anybody is promising you a job, they are lying to you. The economy is what has to expand so that the private sector will be able to take on more people. This government sector, you don't have any place. It's choked. If anybody is promising you heaven,
so you think the parties are not telling their...
They lie to them, but as time progresses, we started our politics with Kako. We were deceiving people with Kako. It came to kerosene politics. All these things are phasing out. Tomorrow when you go, I keep telling people that ask questions. Don't be afraid. When they come and promise you that we will give you a job, ask them how. The how is very important. Then you begin to know those that have the plan
Solomon
to develop this country.
Of the United Party. Let me take some few questions. I've had in the studio Rashid Tanko Gifek and then also Aaron Entry. Is he a do entry, right?
He do entry.
Okay. Aaron, is he a do entry? It's hyphenated?
Yes, and I see do an entry is hyphenated.
Okay. And with the MPP as well. And you have a nickname.
I'm from Equianse.
Okay, but you have a nickname.
Alampine. That is what they try to call me.
Okay, Alampine.
You know Equianse?
AK, no, I don't know.
From Equianse, you go to Tenchem, Suchenchem, Kuasari Krum, Kotea, Boash,
You want to be an MP there.
So they call him Alampine.
All right.
He's lazy.
Okay, so
you are going to be Mbila and it is not going to be successful. You are from Barcelona,
what's the constituency name for your place?
Because of your premise, let me keep it.
No.
I'm the youth organizer for Abrim constituency.
Okay.
You be
all right, so
Master Planner, you should be giving dollars.
Master Planner Junior, policy analyst Kintampo says, Solomon also is sitting down pretty, laughing when Rashid Tanko is insulting with the short men. But Zach, you are not short.
So. Oh, you short.
No, Zach.
How did I laugh? How did I laugh?
Compared to your height, you are tall.
Master Planner, how did I laugh?
Master Planner is short.
Even to you, I'm short, so that'll be fine.
So
we will disown him from the Short Men Association. Fantastic submission by Aaron as well.
Yeah.
The youth of Ghana should hold a press conference and congratulate President for what? Tanko should stop making the youth even more angry. And
he wasn't angry and Nana Kufuor and Bawumia.
And then Prince Nani York says, what I can only say is God bless Solomon and the United Party. UP must take seats in the next parliament come 2028.
That are vulnerable.
And then, so he said you take seats from both MPP and NDC so that you become more formidable.
Yes.
Osai Boateng says that I really like the submission of Aaron, aka Alampine. He should continue this way, pressing neck and causing problems. And Mama Hua of the Asogli State says, hey, Solo, preferring middle-level solutions, remaining in the center and becoming relevant. Pasolo is simply amazing. And then I have this one from Maxwell Akpabli, Ayawaso East constituency, says that Aaron, the MPP guy, is becoming a nuisance to us on the show today. You only came to your show to... Okay, please, let's be decent now. Okay. All right. And then let me also have this one from Aziz Donla. Aziz Donla said the re-registration of a SIM card by NCA is in the right direction because the fraud ongoing is unbelievable. All right. And Guy G. Cantonment Accra says, increasing the figure to 40,000 is a commendable step, but the real focus should be on building a strong entrepreneurial ecosystem. Same like Solo is saying, when entrepreneurs are supported with the right policies, funding and structures, they don't just build businesses, they also create jobs, drive innovation, and unlock opportunities for thousands of young people. This is quite long from Guy G, but very insightful as well. Akosia Menu says that I'm heckling Aaron on the show. Indeed, I was only trying to get clarification on some of his submissions. Akosia Menu, good morning to you, Akosia. Good to have you back. When will you be back here on the seat as well? As a Sawa boy, says that it's funny how this MPP still talk about free SHS. Look at the mess they left in our educational system in. And they want the NDC to implement 24-hour just to make sure they cover their... All right.
You only supply the Moshoso rice.
Jane Ampofiduku of Cape Coast. Good morning to you, Jane Ampofiduku. And then let me do a last one. Then I'll tell you about the University of Gold Coast. And this one is coming... for happy birthday to Hamdia Linda of Tamale. Hamdia Linda of Tamale, you celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And wishing you all the best for the day. But a big issue is sponsored by University of Gold Coast. Whether you are aiming for a specialist MBA in marketing, communication, operations supply chain, human resource management, finance, entrepreneurship, innovation, or business intelligence analytics, or you want to advance through their dual MBA or chartered manager MBA, University of Gold Coast gives you options that match your vision. And if your next step is an MSc in International Relations, an MSc in Communications, as well as an MSc in International Marketing, International Law, Security Diplomacy, Accounting and Finance, or Human Resource Management, they have got you covered. They also have various master degree programs. They have some in Security and Diplomacy, Biblical Studies or Practical Theology. The pathway is open. Their April admissions are ongoing, so make sure that you go apply today, because at the University of Gold Coast, they make it practical, flexible, and then they work around your working lives. And then when it comes to their fees, they also enable you to pay in installments. So make sure that you call them today, get onto their website quickly as possible, and then also get to apply now on their website, but also WhatsApp them. Or call them on the number 026-388-8555. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the latest sports headlines. Stay with us.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth. New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy teeth.
Something big and truly extraordinary is happening this Ghana month. We are celebrating the brilliance, the beauty, and the unbreakable spirit of what we create as Ghanaians. Introducing Gold Board Jewelry Heritage Village, happening from 26th to 28th March 2026, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. Join us at Aquaba Park, right opposite the Hajj Village.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 02 47120633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosumtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history. Asing Manso, Cape Coast.
And it's time for sports here on New Day on TV3. Guess what? The Mutala Yakubu is here. Hi, Mutala.
Hi, Beatrice.
Yeah, how are you?
By His grace, I'm good. Yourself?
I'm great. I'm smiling, but I'm not too happy.
Why are you not too happy?
Senegal. I think that
chaos on the African continent.
They've not been treated fairly.
Chaos on the African continent, and
it's not nice.
I mean, it's a bit confusing that after almost 3 months of a tournament, we come back to at what point in the boardroom. Okay, so let me just start from the start.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday we all know that Senegal took on Morocco in the Africa Cup of Nations final some 2 months ago. There was a bit of confusion on the pitch where Senegal threatened to walk off. They came back, continued the game. Morocco missed the penalty in the process. It went to extra time. Senegal won. Were handed the trophy. CAF released a statement banning or giving some suspension to some Senegalese. I mean, the coach, that is the Senegalese coach, and also some of their players. Now we go to bed. Morocco says no. We think we should have won the AFCON because Senegal forfeited the match, so we have to go to CAF and appeal. Then they go to CAF. CAF takes the appeal and says, I'm hearing the case. I'm investigating the case. Last night, when the UEFA Champions League was ongoing, CAF released a shocking statement that has, I mean, everyone in Africa is talking about. CAF says that after properly going through the match report and also with the evidence that Morocco brought, it means that Senegal forfeited the match. That is what CAF is saying. So in return, the big decision is that Senegal are no longer the winners of the Africa Cup of Nations that we all saw on TV.
So it goes to Morocco.
So it goes to Morocco because quoting the CAF article, which we would have on our screens very shortly, they quoted article 82, 83 and 84 as well. They quoted all these articles. Yes. So for article 82, they say for any reason whatsoever, a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match or refuses to play or leave the ground before the regular end of the match without the authorization of the referee, it shall be considered loser and shall be eliminated for good from the current competition. The same shall apply for the team that previously disqualified by the decision of the CAF. Then Article 83 also says that a team that shall not be present on the ground dressed to play at the time fixed for kick-off or at most 15 minutes later shall forfeit the match.
But they allowed them to play?
Yes. The referee shall register the absence of the team and shall write its report. In its report, the organizing committee shall take the final decision in respect of that. So CAF is saying that Senegal walked off the pitch and it was more than 15 minutes. So that amounts to a forfeiture. Let me read the article 84, to sum everything up, the team which contravenes the provision of Article 82 and 83 shall be eliminated for good from the competition. This team will lose it match by 3 goals unless the opponent has scored a more advantageous result at the time when the match was interrupted. In this case, the score would be maintained. The organizing committee may adopt further measures. So what CAF is saying now is that when Senegal walked off the pitch, it was more than 15 minutes, which amounts to forfeiture.
And again, they allowed Senegal to play
back. So they are saying that the referee should have taken, used his own discretion to call off the game.
So why is the referee not being punished?
Yes, so the referee will come in question. That is the question many are asking. Now, others are also, citing an example of what happened in the 1978 third place game between Tunisia and Nigeria. That is a completely different case. Tunisia walked off the pitch and never came back to continue the game.
Yeah.
And that is a clear forfeiture. That one is understood. But this is a case where Senegal came back, Morocco had the penalty, took the penalty miss, went into extra time, and they won. And
the other articles that you read from the CAF's own law, or how do they call it?
Yeah, the article, the CAF rules, the CAF rules and regulations. Yeah.
If this is the case that we've seen clearly, then it was on what basis did they decide to even punish both? Before they gave the penalties to Morocco and Senegal, they didn't recognize these articles earlier?
What will even burst your bubble is the fact that some punishments were meted out to Morocco as well.
Yes.
Some of their players were banned, fines. Some of these bans have been reduced. Saibari, for instance, he had a 3-match ban. It has been reduced to 2. The Moroccan Federation were fined about 200,000. It has been reduced to 100,000. For the towel, chaos we saw where they wanted to take the Senegal goalkeeper's towel, it has been reduced. They used a lot of lasers. CAF fined them 20,000. It has been reduced to 10. So some people believe that there's some form of a bias towards Morocco in this one. Now, Senegal are saying that, because they've lined up 3 friendly matches next week, which they'll be playing in celebration of their AFCON win. Tickets have already been sold. So they also released a statement, and it says that the Senegalese Football Federation has today taken note of the notification of the decision delivered on March 17, 2026 by the appeals jury of the Confederation of African Football, CAF. In the case, the case number is ZDC. This procedure follows the complaint filed during the match number 52 of the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco between Senegal and Morocco. That is the first part of the statement. The second part says that by this decision, the CAF appeals jury declared the appeal of the Royal Moroccan Football Federation admissible, that means is valid and upheld. In doing so, the body annulled the decision previously rendered by the CAF disciplinary jury on the grounds that the right of the appealing party to be heard was not respected during the first instance proceeding. Remember, CAF initially released a statement that Senegal are worthy winners and all that. So, and Morocco appealed. Now, the appeals jury also considered that the conduct of the Senegal team fell under Article 82 and 84, which I read, where a team walks off 15 minutes is a forfeiture in CAF Nations relegation. Now, consequently, CAF declared that the Moroccan Football Federation, the Senegalese Football Federation, has violated Article 82 and awarded the match as a forfeit loss for Senegal. This is what didn't go down well with them. With a scoreline of 3-0 in favor of Morocco in accordance with Article 84. Now, they are saying they will take action. The Senegalese Football Federation denounces this as unfair, unprecedented, unacceptable decision that discredits the African game. To defend its rights and the interests of the Senegalese football, the Federation will as soon as possible initiate an appeal procedure before the Court of Arbitration Sports in Lausanne. And I'm hearing that Senegal are on a plane already to Lausanne because they are saying they will never give up on this. They believe they are worthy winners. So that is the chaos that has engulfed the African game at the moment. And many are saying this is an extremely bad one for a beautiful Africa Cup of Nations that we saw.
Yeah, but again, I just wanted just a bit of clarity though. When the committee, as it were, claims that Morocco presented evidence, what kind of evidence did they present to make them draw this conclusion?
The evidence has to do with the match reports from them and also footages of all that happened that Morocco presented, citing that Senegal walked off for more than 15 minutes with, forcing forfeiture and all that. And yesterday there were wild jubilations on the streets of Morocco.
Of course.
For them, I mean, they 50 years they've not won the Africa Cup of Nations. So whether it was a boardroom...
But this might be short-lived.
Well, we don't know because Senegal is going to cast. And I mean, if you read the regulation, the IFAB regulation, Senegal may have a very good case because they feel that what they did not amount to a forfeiture because the game continued and even went to extra time.
And
so the game
that
was
is where the thing is very tricky.
So it looks like they have a very strong case if they go to cast. But what do you make of all this when it comes to the African game? Because it's a game that we're trying to grow. Just a few months back, you remember commentary from people like Jamie Carragher, I mean, belittling the Africa Cup of Nations, and this comes around.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I agree with Senegal to take it to as far as it wants to ensure that the right thing is done. And I equally, looking at what I've heard so far, believe that Senegal might have a case because, again, if you wanted to stop it, it should have been at the time they returned that per rules. You can't continue. So just continue to stay away. But you allowed the game to continue played and you accepted it. And I mean, okay, let's see. Not trying to be prejudicial, but yes.
Morocco or Moroccans were celebrating. It was a sad one for Nigeria. They also sent an appeal to FIFA.
Which has been rejected.
Whatever FIFA says that, my friend, go and sit somewhere.
Go and sit somewhere and cry.
Go and sit somewhere and cry. They also appealed to FIFA that the playoff that they played against DR Congo fielded, I mean, unqualified players or ineligible players. So FIFA should take that right of DR Congo. So FIFA should rather replace DR Congo with Nigeria in a continental playoff that will be played next week. And FIFA is saying, go and sit somewhere.
Go and sit somewhere.
We are serious. Go and sit somewhere. You don't have a case. So Nigeria's petition has been rejected. So now I'm sure Nigerians have a finality to all this. Because there was a bit of an iota of hope that maybe it would be upheld and they would get a chance of still playing at the World Cup.
But it hasn't been a good year for Nigeria, huh?
Not at all.
In terms of football. I don't know of the other sport areas and how they fared.
It hasn't been good for them. The World Cup was the main focus. Now they feel then they went into the AFCON with the hopes that they would win it. It didn't go as planned. So, I mean, Morocco rejoicing and FIFA also rejecting Nigeria's appeal.
And now UEFA finals?
Champions League. Yesterday, the CAF story wanted to spoil the UEFA Champions. They actually saved Chelsea fans a bit because the conversation shifted towards, I mean...
This morning, Cookie said she wasn't in a good mood because of
because of CAF's decision. But Chelsea fans haven't gone under the radar. People are still talking about them. Yesterday, Paris Saint-Germain came to the Stamford Bridge and put 3 past them. It tells you how bad Chelsea are. It tells you how Chelsea are struggling. So they won 8-2 on aggregate. Arsenal also doing business against Leverkusen, winning by 3-1. Real Madrid went to Manchester City and beat City by 2-1. So 5-1 on aggregate. Bad time for Pep Guardiola. The biggest result of the night happened in Portugal. Bodo Glimt in the first leg had beaten Sporting CP by 3-0. Now everyone was asking, how are they going to come back? They ended up winning 5-0. It means they won 5-3 on aggregate. That was some comeback by Sporting
How
CP.
does that change the fixtures? Because yesterday, when we were looking at it, we were around 9 points difference. Now with this 5-0, does it change the fixtures?
It changes completely. That was the group stage, and we are done with that. So this is the knockout phase. But there are games to play today as well. Barcelona will be engaging Newcastle. Bayern Munich will be taking on Atlanta, already winning 6-1 from the first game. So it looks like Bayern are already in the next stage. Liverpool will take on Galatasaray, with Gala coming in with a 1-goal advantage. And Tottenham Hotspur also coming up against Atletico Madrid. These are the games coming up today in the UEFA Champions League. But we are following proceedings with the Senegal story. So this morning at 10, when we come back to do the Sports Daily, we'll talk to a Ghanaian journalist who is based in Senegal and also a Moroccan journalist.
That's great. But back to the UEFA Champions, it looks like this time around, Arsenal may get the cup. Yes. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Demutala Yakubu for bringing us the latest in sports. Well, it's a beach vacation this Easter holiday. Create unforgettable memories at the beach with family and friends by booking our all-inclusive 3-nights package from the 3rd to the 6th of April 2026, starting from 5,100 Ghana cedis for a couple. Early bird discount, book and pay before 25th of March 2026. and you can get to save some 10% extra. Package offer gets free access to all in-house facilities. That's swimming pool, gym, cinema with popcorn, board games, snooker, etc. You also get to enjoy free airport pickup from Takoradi on Friday at 5 p.m. Always remember that terms and conditions will apply, but fun activities equally include live band, in-house carnival, splash playgrounds for kids, sip and paint, bicycle rides, boat ride to Maha Village, jet ski, banana boat, party bus ride, trip to Inzulezu, and many more. You can call for your reservation now to avoid any sort of disappointment. 030-3977-773 or on the mobile number 050-157-0684, or you can also call 054-01-24114. And that's all about Maha Village and what it is offering. Remember that Vitality Health Insurance is inviting all corporate institutions, associations and groups to be part of our medical plans. Cut down medical expenses and enjoy good and quality health care at a facility near you. For more information, visit us on www.vitalitymh.com or call us on 026 6573 200. And you're still here on Newday on TV3. When we come back, we'll bring you some more. Do stay with us.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it.
It's Adisa Plus Parental Control helps you manage what your kids can watch. Open settings and select parental control. Enable the feature and create a 4-digit PIN. Choose the maximum content rating you're comfortable with. Any content above this rating will require the PIN. Restricted titles appear locked across the app. Trying to play restricted content prompts for the PIN. Correct entry unlocks access for that session. Multiple incorrect attempts can temporarily lock access. Parental control on Adisa Plus. Available now. Adisa Plus. Safe streaming your way. Adisa Plus Parental Control helps you manage what your kids can watch. Open settings and select parental control. Enable the feature and create a 4-digit PIN. Choose a maximum content rating you're comfortable with. Any content above this rating will require the PIN. Restricted titles appear locked across the app. Trying to play restricted content prompts for the PIN. Correct entry unlocks access for that session. Multiple incorrect attempts can temporarily lock access. Parental control on Adisa Plus. Available now. Adisa Plus. Safe streaming your way. Adisa Plus parental control helps you manage what your kids can watch. Open settings and select parental control. Enable the feature and create a 4-digit PIN. Choose a maximum content rating you're comfortable with. Any content above this rating will require the PIN. Restricted titles appear locked across the app. Trying to play restricted content prompts for the PIN. Correct entry unlocks access for that session. Multiple incorrect attempts can temporarily lock access. Parental control on Adisa Plus. Available now. Adisa Plus. Safe streaming your way.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experience.
Elevation matters. And when I talk about elevation, I'm talking about EcoBank's flagship program or campaign called Elevate, empowering women, business owners and leaders out there here in Ghana and across Africa as well. And to power and champion this conversation for us this morning, we've been joined by the regional head, commercial banking, EcoBank, Charlotte Amankwa, who is wearing a nice design fugu in a different style. I'll come to that conversation. And this morning, she came with the head of the Elevate desk, Kelda Okanse. It's WCW, Woman Crash Wednesday, and you are our Women Crash for today, and it's a pleasure to have you in studio. The blue, I understand, it's because of EcoBank. Now, ufuguwe unyawa he.
Woman be or Elevate beneficiary.
Are you kidding me?
It's just
this
wonderful.
Is a really beautiful styled fugu. They use the fugu fabric, and this is a different, beautiful one. It looks really good.
I'll give you her details.
Please,
She's one of our clients and a good friend.
Fantastic. This is a very good initiative. So you tell me she's a beneficiary of the Elevate campaign that you've been running. Oh, so it means that it's not new. It's something that EcoBank has been doing.
Yes.
Oh, then give us a little background, Charlotte.
It's something that we've been doing. For us in EcoBank, when we say women, we look at it from our home and for the clients that we serve. So starting from within, for us as staff, Kelda and I also benefit in the bank. Okay. Interestingly, across our group today, we have about 48% of our staff who are women. The aim is for us to get to 50-50 by 2030. Oh. Now, this is across Africa. When you come to Ghana, about 56% of us, so we are in the majority.
You have gone past government's own target of 40%. Wow.
No, so really for us, and that is important because not just in the month of March, not just on IWD, our objective is to, like our strategy says, grow Africa, and we do that a lot through women. Okay. So within the bank, for us, it's supporting our colleagues, empowering, training, exposing us so that we really live the talk,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And for customers, you mentioned Elevate. This is an initiative that touches customers at all phases of their life.
Okay.
And I'll explain from when a female is dealing as her individual self or
Right.
starting some small business, even yet to register, till when they register and are at all those sizes, from an SME to a corporate. And for women who have done this for years, you know, they get to that level where they are established executives, have a lot of experience to share and mentor others. That is, I would say, the full range of our Elevate offering. So it's a proposition for women. And Kelda will share a lot more of the details. But today we are excited to be here to tell everyone about these benefits for us internally, but for our customers at all phases of their journey in life, as it were, and what we offer, whether financial or non-financial, in terms of capacity and so on. Yeah.
Right. Kelda, so this Elevate, is it woven into banking products for these women, or it's a different program on its own?
Okay, so the objective of the Elevate program is to provide financial and non-financial solutions to the women-owned, women-focused businesses, so that they can be elevated and achieve their full potential. So we leverage the products, the existing products of the bank, to serve the women, to build their capacity.
Okay. And are we looking at a specific age bracket, or it's open to all women so long as they are non-customers and customers of the bank?
Okay, so the criteria we use is based on shareholding.
Okay.
So if the institution is 50% or more owned by a woman, then you qualify to be part of the Elevate program. We also look at the management. If you have 20% or more of the management being women, then you also qualify to be part of the program.
Okay.
And then we look at the employee base. 30% or more of employees being women, you qualify to be part of the program. Then the last criteria is the products, what you produce.
Okay.
If it is for women, for example, the fugu that Charlotte is wearing, yes, then you are definitely part of the Elevate program.
Okay.
And any one of these criteria, if you meet it, you're part of the program.
Let me just ask, do you have a little challenge with that? I'm asking because most of the businesses owned by women in this country are sole proprietorships. You know, it's just one woman who's got a few workers here and there. Do they also qualify?
Yes, please, they qualify.
Okay.
Actually, that's the main focus of the program, to build their capacity, to let them rise to the level where they can expand their operations.
Okay.
Yes,
So just to add a little, so for a woman who is trading in their own name, you know, unregistered, we have propositions for them. And then as they register and grow bigger, these are life stories. We have so many customers which we've helped on this journey. So there's propositions for the different buckets targeted at their stage.
So I'm very interested in it. So then let's break it down. I mean, most of the women watching will say, oh, see, proposition. I see what saying. What do they have to offer if I embark on this journey with the Elevate campaign? What do you do for these women? What do they tend to benefit at the end of the day?
Okay, so what we do is to ensure access to finance, access to markets, and then networking and exposure.
You make it sound easy. Won't you tell me that I was going to bring my birth certificate, my marriage certificate, how many children? Won't you ask me for all those things when I come?
Okay, so it's because of these challenges that women-owned businesses face that the Elevate program has been created. We want to make the requirements more flexible so that you can access financing more easily.
Okay. And then, Charlotte, let me come to you. So the other propositions include what? What can I get, or what do I get if I embark on this journey with you?
So first of all, to embark on the journey, we establish a relationship with you. You are right. For those that are not registered, today the regulator, Central Bank, has authorized us to have low KYC. So very basic, your assembly tickets, you know what they do in the market. We take the Ghana card details, etc. Open an account for you. So it's that simple. Now, just like I mentioned, even for funding, we have the simple small size. I mean, for a trader, a woman trader like that, how much money really do they need? Just some capital. So for those ones, we are able to support them and solve one of the biggest problems that women entrepreneurs have collateral.
Yes.
We won't ask you to go and bring.
Minibi.
No. We have something, the equivalent of $50,000. In today's rates, that's what, over 500,000 cedis. We give to women who qualify under Elevate without taking collateral from them. So there are many ways that we make the funding very simple.
Okay.
We also look at how much you need, you know, not to give more than you need, give you a burden or too little. Then for those that are structured, fully registered, maybe they have their company financials, etc. Those ones require funding sometimes for a longer period. So we have some for working capital short, we have some for expansion, for their projects, for contracts, all that, you know. And we especially also support them, not only with funding. A lot of Elevate clients say that they want to meet others. That's the networking that Kelda mentioned. They get to learn from each other. So we'd have a lot of events to help them do that. But EcoBank is unique because we are the bank that has 33 countries. If you are an Elevate customer, through that initiative, we expose you to those other countries. There is a platform that we use called Single Market Trade Hub. So I sell Fugu jackets, so I make Fugu jackets. I can load that detail on there for free. And every other customer on our platform across the match the customers. So the benefits
then there's a lot to benefit. Now, it's still the month of March, International Women's Day, of course. Tying this into it, what other things have you been able to do to help women, especially in this month when it comes to the Elevate program?
So for this month of March, across our branches, we are having business clinics where women can walk in and ask questions about how they can leverage the EcoBank products to make their businesses grow. We'll also be visiting some of our Elevate customers to appreciate them for their business and also find out how we can help them grow even more.
All right. There are many women who are watching us this morning. Maybe they are not even customers of EcoBank yet and are asking, how do I become part of this Elevate program? Is there a phone number? Is there a website? Are you guys on social media? How do we enroll?
Fantastic. So you've listed them actually for us.
Oh, okay.
For those who want to go into a branch, like Elda said, you can. And once you talk to any of our colleagues in the branches, they will help you. But today we are busy. So you can call our toll-free number 3225. You can visit our website, www.ecobank.com, and then you go to Commercial Banking Elevate.
Right.
You can also follow or post on our social media handles, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We are all there, and we will reach out. Once you say you want us to contact you, we'll reach out and support to onboard you. Yeah.
Congratulations on all that you're doing and all that you are yet to achieve. Well, we are here to support you. I'm a woman, so every time you guys are ready, you can come. We can have conversations. We can even come to you. But I think we should have a physical convergence of this Elevate thing. Let's have a networking conference.
Absolutely.
Let's have an exhibition. Let's bring our products like the Fugu you are wearing. Sell, make some money, make new friends, create business partnerships. This advice that I've given you is approved by the FDA and it's costing you $100,000 US. But your last messages before we go.
Okay. So the Elevate program is here to elevate women-owned, women-focused businesses. So let's all take advantage of it to grow our businesses.
All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And for me, I'll just say to everyone listening to me, join us. The benefits are immense. It's not just finance or capital. It's also connections, market access, capacity building. We work with you the journey. So come. Exciting times are here with EcoBank, and we want you to be part of it.
Fantastic. Charlotte Amankwa, Regional Head, Commercial Banking, EcoBank, and Kelda Okanse, Head of the Elevate Desk. So you have what's the color of the desk? Is it blue as well?
It's also blue.
All right. I'll come and see you soon. Thank you, ladies, for coming. Enjoy a great day ahead. Now, this March, celebrate the spirit of Ghana at Achimota Retail Center with the exciting Celebrate Ghana activity lineup. Enjoy ethnic-focused music performances that celebrate the sounds of Ghana and amazing shopping experiences all weekends in this month of March. And while you're shopping, don't miss the Shop Ghana Win promotion. Simply shop from our Ghanaian retailers, Gamel Clothing, MV Accessories, and Choba, and stand a chance to win shopping vouchers. Plus, there's more excitement with our Dance Ghana in 15 seconds. It's a challenge that's ongoing at the Achimota retail store. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And a special Eid holiday vibe is also going on this weekend, all at the Achimota retail. So gather your family and friends and come experience the colors, the sounds, and the flavors of Ghana. Celebrate Ghana this March at Achimota Retail Center, where culture meets shopping. Please stay with us. We are taking a break. We will be right back.
It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfornochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle.
R&D, BWPC country lead, and Dr. Esther Priscilla Biama Dankwa, Deputy General Secretary, Ghana Dental Association. Good morning.
Good morning.
Such a beautiful. Dental Association. I mean, because look at that, your dentition is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Is it Pepsodent you've been using all these years? Are you sure? Which one?
Yeah, I use the Cavity Fighter. That's the one I like most.
Cavity Fighter.
Yes.
Fantastic. Anyway, let's get into it. And Ivy, how long have you also been working with Pepsodent?
I've been working with Unilever for 12 years.
Oh, Unilever,
now.
okay.
Yes, and Pepsodent as well. Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about World Oral Day. What special are we doing for this year, and why this initiative? Why is it so important that we embark on this campaign annually?
Okay, so this year we are combining the World Oral Health Day celebration with the launch of the Pepsodent Do the Two initiative.
So we are doing the two.
We are doing the two.
And the two, no way here. Like, let's get into it.
The two is brushing twice a day, morning and night, with a toothpaste that contains fluoride. Yeah, and that is what Pepsodent is offering you.
Let me let you rest. Let me go to Doc. Before we come to the products, let me go and ask Doc why we have to brush our teeth twice in a day. And if I start today, by which time can I get your color?
All right. So as Unilever is embarking on Do the Two, all we are saying is brush your teeth morning and evening before you go to bed. Don't miss it.
So that's the logo that's on the screen. So do the two, brush day and night. You can't do one and leave the other.
No,
it would
that's what we have been doing most of the time. And we end up having those greenish stuff under our teeth, brownish, and it doesn't look good.
And for us here on Morning TV, dear, your breath is so important that you have to do the two.
Yes.
You have to do all the two in the morning before you come, before you go and do the two again in the evening. But let's talk about Ghana and our dentition and our oral health. Primarily in your field, what are some of the challenges that you think we have with our oral health here in Ghana?
So the first thing is most Ghanaians neglect oral health. We have about 10% people of Ghanaians just coming for the dental care. If they are not in pain, they will not come. It's only when they have toothache.
Me, myself, inclusive.
Yeah, people will not come. and it's sad because by the time you get to the dentist, it's too late and we have to take out your tooth. Right. You are coming with an abscess. And that's what we want to talk about. One of the main disease that affect the tooth is cavity.
Right.
Then tooth decay, what we all know, or in our local palace as caca. Yes. So why do we stay there for us to have a very big hole, like the mouth hole or the porthole before we go to the dentist? Right. And that's how cavity comes about. We know that when you eat your food, we all have a normal flora of bacteria in our mouth. It's okay. But then with time, if you eat all the sugary food, all the sticky food in your mouth, now these organisms now act on the food that you've eaten. And the longer they stay on your teeth, the more they also enjoy it. So they'll produce acid when they are eating this sugary food and sticky food on your teeth. And this acid now melts the teeth and gives the teeth the black color or the tooth decay. And when it gets to the blood vessels or the next layer of the teeth, that's when it causes pain.
Okay. Now, Ivy, I'm coming to you. You've been collaborating with the Ghana Dental Association for a very long time. Has it been beneficial?
It's been very beneficial.
And this year is no exception,
this year is no exception. And this
Okay.
year we are also collaborating with the Ghana Health Service.
Okay.
So we are able to reach more communities in Ghana.
Okay.
So this year we are spreading our wings. Yeah.
Okay. So Friday is the day. Yes. Friday is the main day, World Oral Day. What are we doing on Friday? Chaliba, you are disturbing us smaller. You know why? Friday is salad. We have to eat meat. Until the toothpaste should be in our pockets with the brush. Yeah, okay, no problem. Tell us what else we are doing from Friday.
Yeah, so we still continue with the Do the Two campaign. And like I said, we are partnering with the Ghana Health Service to reach more communities. In addition to that, we continue to educate more Ghanaians and we continue to partner with other health organizations. And then we also continue with our Pepsodent activities. Over the years, Pepsodent has been doing a lot and investing a lot into oral health. So far, we've been doing activities like the schools program, and it's been over 25 years since we've been educating people about oral health care through the schools. So we go into the schools and teach them about why they need to brush their teeth twice daily. We also go into communities to educate them about how to maintain proper oral health hygiene. In addition to that, we also offer free dental screening, and it's been ongoing for some time now, so we'll continue that and reinforce it. This year, what we are doing with the Ghana Health Service is that we are partnering with them to train some healthcare workers to go into the communities because we want a wider reach. So once we train them, they will also go and then they will also educate consumers or the Ghanaian populace about why they need to brush their teeth more and twice daily to prevent all the issues that Doctor has spoken about.
Ivy, I see different variants of your products on the table. I see a red packaging, a blue packaging, and green. What's the difference and what do they do?
So the white packaging is the cavity fighter.
Okay,
which is the
when you say the white packaging,
the
you
red,
mean this one?
No, this one, the blue and white.
The blue one?
Yes.
Okay, this one.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay, so the blue and white is cavity fighter.
Okay.
And it is for fighting cavities.
Okay.
So it contains fluoride at the maximum permissible level to prevent tooth cavities and tooth decay.
Okay.
This one you are holding is for kids, and we have it in 2 variants. We have the orange and then the strawberry variant. So it's for kids. It's excellent. The fluoride inclusion there is good for kids. So we encourage kids to brush twice daily with that.
And the green?
The green one is the herbal. So it's for gum protection and then strong teeth as well. So we encourage, or if you want gum protection. And then it also has ingredients like salt, etc. in it. So if you want to try it, I recommend it for you if you're having gum issues.
Doc, salt?
Go for it. Yes.
Oh, you've infused salt in the toothpaste. How beneficial is that?
To protect the gum. And it soothes the gum as well.
Right.
Yeah, but all of them contains fluoride. That is very, very beneficial to the teeth. To protect the teeth against tooth decay.
But Doc, somebody will say that, oh, na sama sorry no pa minye ndidi enti no mo dem twem mi didi we enwumre, I'll brush before I go and sleep. Is that wrong?
Yeah, it's wrong.
Oh.
So you see, when we all go to bed, the salivary flow in our mouth becomes very low.
Okay.
So that's why when you wake up, you have those stickiness in your mouth, you have dryness in your mouth. The saliva in our mouth does a lot of work for us. It lubricates our mouth and it refreshes our mouth as well. So after sleeping and you wake up with low salivary flow, you end up having the stickiness, have bad breath because you are asleep, no action is going on in your mouth, no lubrication in your mouth. So when you wake up, everybody tells you, when I wake up, I have bad breath. It's okay. But you have to refreshen your mouth, brush your teeth. And not just using the toothpaste. You add your toothbrush to it and brush very well.
But most importantly, Doc, how much of the toothpaste must one use?
So for children, we advise that you give them a peanut size. So that even when they swallow it, it doesn't affect them. Too much fluoride for children, it's not good.
Okay.
But for adults, you can take the length of the brush. Yes.
Okay.
To brush your teeth.
The length of the brush, and for kids, it's the size of a peanut. So just one nut size. It's okay for the children. All right. Thank you for the education that you brought us this morning. Ivy, anything else that we are doing to mark the special day?
Yes. So in addition to the Do the Two campaign, we are also collecting, we've been doing that for some time, the empty tubes from children, and we are repurposing it into things that they can use in schools, like tables and then chairs. So this is something we are doing in addition to the Do the Two campaign.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming. I saw you do this. It's do the two.
So
we have to.
Yeah, do the
so
two.
it's like this. Do the
Yeah,
two. Do the two. Okay.
And lastly, we also want to advocate that you visit your dentist twice in a year.
We don't do it all.
Yeah, you don't want to sit down and say, I've not been to the hospital, so I'm well. No, you have your insurance. You can go to the doctor, the dentist, visit, and then this year the Ghana Dental Association is also advocating that about quackery, dental quackery. We have people out there posing as dentists, people in spa, in salons, also doing braces for people. So we want to advocate and tell everybody out there, make sure you go to a hospital with a trained dentist or a dental surgeon to have your dental checkup done for you. And also you brush your teeth twice daily. Do the two as well. And then floss.
Do the two.
Morning and evening or after every meal. You change your brush every 3 months or before the 3 months. And then finally, you don't use a hard Bristol brush.
Those of you who have been using brushes, I need to say mop stick. I don't know, I need to say mop stick. You need to change it, please. You don't do that. Every 3 months, please. And don't be buying the very hard
brush.
Yes, because I'm suffering from abrasions over here. Because I didn't know from infancy, those were the ones I used.
And you think you are brushing your teeth well by using that, no, but rather destroying the teeth. And when you take in very cold water, you have that electric shock. Yeah, so we don't have to use very hard.
Thank you for the education this morning. Ivy, LC, Amamo is with R&D, BWPC, country lead, and then Dr. Esther Priscilla Biamadankwa, also with the Ghana Dental Association. She's the Deputy General Secretary. Thank you for coming. Do the two. Do the two. Do the two
with Pepsodent.
Yes, do the two with Pepsodent. Thank you for coming. And please, if you have not registered for the expedition yet, please, we are advocating that you do so this morning. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. It's been TV3 Newday. God willing, tomorrow at 6 a.m. we will be back. I am Cookie T. Enjoy the rest of our programming.
Mama,